Hello. Wait, are
Whoop
we
whoop,
live?
pull over that ass too fat. Whoop whoop, pull over that ass too fat. Whoop whoop. No, all right,
I
not that
mean,
one.
no, not that one. We weren't trying to sing that one. My Here We Go didn't go off, so. But we're good. We are live.
Oh, we
Hello.
are.
Yes,
Yay!
I'm glad. Go ahead,
We love
Drew.
Wait,
Oh, you said hello, and I'm like, oh, okay, he got intro. All right, bet we in here.
I
Hello,
thought we wasn't live
everybody.
yet. I was confused. What
I
the hell?
No,
counted
we
down and
both of us was
everything.
live. He said the "Here We Go" didn't work, right? So I was like, oh, okay. And then
Oh,
you
that was
said,
supposed to
well, we're
sing.
live.
All right.
Hello, okay.
Hold me, lay your head lowly,
Oh my god.
softly and boldly. Let me. No, all right. Nobody
Keep
knew that.
going,
Damn.
What are you
No,
talking
nobody
I
about?
was-
joined
I was
in.
with you.
No, nobody joined in. Y'all don't. Y'all
I
don't fuck
was
with that
I
one.
was
Y'all don't
joining
fuck
in
with
at
that
I
one.
was about to join in at the chorus.
Okay. Hold me, lay your head lowly, softly then boldly, carry me there, lead me,
Uh,
love me and feed me,
get it.
kiss me and free me. I will feel blessed. Carry, carry me. But come on, nobody. Y'all suck.
Who?
I can't believe y'all don't fuck with Michael Jackson like that.
I mean, I
Don't
fuck
do
with
that.
Michael
Don't
Jackson.
do
I
that.
love.
Just
First
of all,
off,
that is the
first
Free
one
Willy
of
off,
my
song.
favorites.
yeah, that's a
Sung
Free
by
Willy
the
song.
sung by
Hell yeah.
the Cleveland Children's Choir. Don't disrespect like I know. Bet you ain't know that second part.
I know that whole
Anyway.
song. That is
It's
literally
not
my
one of my
favorite.
favorites.
That is my first Michael Jackson favorite song, followed by what's the why
Human
tell 'em
Nature.
that is human nature.
Why?
Yep, that's
Good
my
For
one.
me,
my
it's
top two.
it's
That's my top two.
butterflies.
That's my number three.
Butterflies is
Butterflies is
great,
one.
and also
Butterflies is solid.
what was it? Is it Rock?
Rock
Rock
with you.
with you. Yes.
Rock with you.
Where he
Yes.
was in the gold or
That's
the
my
silver.
favorite.
Rock
Yeah.
with you.
With you
all
all
night.
night,
That's fair.
dancing in the
Best Mike song.
sun.
My name
Chris
is
said,
King. I
"Beat
can
it,
sing.
Mike's." Beat Mike's song ever. I don't know what. I think he meant best
Beat it.
Mike song.
Beat it.
Beat It
not
is
his best
great,
song.
but,
it's
like,
a great
it's
Y'all
song.
not
really
a
Not
bad
his
song.
best.
disrespecting Smooth
It's a
Criminal.
classic.
Y'all
Chris
really
said you guys had
disrespecting
big
Smooth
shoes to
Criminal.
fill. See, all right, Smooth Criminal is dope, but also it's not like the song you sing. Like, I'm just gonna say that right now. Like, Smooth Criminal, one of Mike's greatest songs, but it ain't the one you bust out at karaoke. You just don't bust out Smooth Criminal.
Because the dopest part of the song is dancing.
Exactly.
That's true. I do agree
But
with
that
that.
doesn't
And I
make it
think
less.
also the storytelling aspect of it, I feel like it's more heavy on that as opposed to other songs where you just want to get up, dance, sing your heart out.
I want to
Dude,
dance when I hear Smooth
But-
Criminal. That and Dirty Diana.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
god, Dirty Diana literally
Dirty
every
Diana.
time just makes me feel like I just grab my
type of
chest
way.
like,
Motherfucker was
Oh,
on the phone
I-
going in. That shit was
No,
and then
nuts.
she
That
just
song-
grabs the phone and just like, nah, he's sleeping with me tonight, and I'm just like, oh shit, okay.
Your heart. I
Just
think
love.
Rock with You is my favorite, and then
Hi, Dajanique.
the You Are Not Alone.
Oh my god,
I
I love
I
that.
am here with
When he was
you.
butt ass naked
So
with Elvis's daughter.
far away.
Yo.
I'm here to stay. That's a good one.
That's just,
I
like,
just
I
want to
get
say,
so emotional.
yeah, I do too, but also I get like a weird nostalgia for that because back in middle
Same.
school, I wrote a song about somebody using that song. But it wasn't like a fun, like, oh, I wrote you a song. It was like we were dissing each other. And
Oh,
it was
Jesus.
it was a mean song. It was just, I don't want to sing it because it's very
I need you to sing it now.
it's very early 2000s and it's slightly
Oh, wow, yeah, there's a lot of disrespect in there.
It's a
Oh,
lot of disrespect.
out of,
It's-
okay.
it's just a lot of disrespect to people that didn't even have to do with the song. So like, I'm just not gonna do that. I was young and dumb and in middle school.
Well, yeah, I
no.
mean, you're in middle school. Like, that's
I was-
all you had to say.
I was
You
a
were in
middle
school.
schooler. Sing it.
Yeah.
No, Mary Jane, I'm not saying it. I was a middle schooler that played Halo and Call of Duty online. I was a terrible person.
My middle school days were so cringy. Like, I think about it, and it just makes me like, why did you do that? Like, even how I looked in middle school, I can't.
Oh, come on.
Hey, real quick, shout out to Juice, who came in the chat and told us that we need to have a better show than we had with him last week. That is
Oh,
some
yeah.
hilarious shit. Love it.
Yeah, you
Juice's-
guys.
if you guys didn't see Juice's show last week and learn about the blue light district in Amsterdam, you missed out.
You
Wildest shit
really
I've
did.
ever heard in my fucking life.
It
Wildest
really,
shit I've ever
you know,
fucking
I would say it's the wildest shit I ever heard, but it wasn't. It was the funniest shit I ever heard. The
That shit was
wildest
wild.
shit
I didn't know
ever
it
heard.
existed.
Yeah, yeah.
The blue
I-
light.
It was like finding out dragons are real, but they're not what you expected. Shit was wild.
Well, I need to definitely look into it because now I'm super interested. You said dragons. That's
Do
all
it.
you need to say.
It's
Do
not
it.
okay. So
Yeah.
like,
No, yes. Don't take away the selling point. Yes, no,
Right,
there's
just
definitely
stop.
dragons
Let me
involved.
go. Let me go figure it out.
you gotta
Alright.
watch
Let me go
last
figure it
week's show. Last week's show was wild, and we found out a lot of like, we found out a lot.
Anyway,
It was fantastic, and this week's gonna be even better.
Yes.
so
we
yeah,
have-
last show was great. Shout out to Juice for coming in. Also, real quick, shout out to a good friend of the show's Melina, happy birthday to you, Melina. Hope it's a great day. Hope it's a wonderful day. Hopefully you don't have to yell at a certain somebody who will not be named right now, and you guys can just have a wonderful day together.
She's gonna yell.
Hi. Yeah, he got cussed out.
Yeah, now that we're 6 minutes into the show,
hi everybody. Welcome to Because of Fergie. An intro that was supposed to be done by me, but then somebody made me think he was gonna do it. But now we're here, and it's learning. We got a great show lined up for you. As you guys can see, we got Delmar returning for the third time, hitting us with the songs. Delmar, we're gonna have to get you to do the intro for the show coming up, bro. Like, just straight up sing.
Sounds like a
Just been here
plan.
long enough.
Because of Fergie, you know what time it is.
I'm with it, bro. I'm
Yes.
so with it.
Dance move. It's a dance move for me.
And as you guys can see, we have a new face here. This is the wonderful Queen. Thank you so much for coming and joining us today, Queen. Happy that you are here.
Sure.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
super excited. Thank you for having me.
You just
Thank
now
you for
met
pulling
her.
up.
You call her your queen? Come on, bro. Slow down, man. Pause.
That was the name I was
It's the
given.
effect I
and that's
have on
the-
people. I understand.
I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
Listen, that could not be her government, and that's just what she
No,
has
that's-
people call her, and I'm all the
that's
way
her
here
name.
for it.
yeah, I
That's
really
a dope
like.
ass fucking power move right there.
It really
Yeah.
is. I want to
So
shout
I-
out chat. Mary Jane is in chat. I love Mary Jane. I keep telling her that she'll be on the show again, and I will do that. I promise. Just a lot of people keep coming up.
Nice.
All right, but yeah. So what was the first topic? Because I forgot again. Not gonna lie to you.
Well, we were just singing, and I thought that was a good first topic, honestly.
It was. Oh, actually, you know what? Since we already were talking about Michael Jackson, what was you guys' least favorite Michael Jackson song off that?
Wow, we're just going negative right away. I got you.
And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, PYT, I absolutely hate. It's
No,
the
that's
worst.
a banger, bro. Dun, dun,
It's
dun, dun.
the worst.
Huh.
It's hard to
Na, na,
say.
na,
It's
na.
so hard. I love
Na,
PYT.
na, na, na.
We're literally singing his like the one song he doesn't like. I think the one song I really don't like would be the "Do you remember the time?"
What?
I can't. I don't know what.
I
I'm just
can't-
saying it's a bad song. I'm just saying it's not
I
my
can see
personal
that.
favorite.
I
It's
can
at
see
the
that.
bottom of the list for me.
You
I can
didn't
see
say
that.
anti-black, but I felt anti-black. That's what I felt. You
I
didn't say
I
it,
get
but
that though.
I feel like
I get that.
I get the
yeah.
vibe.
Because when I think of the song, like of course, being a dancer, like I think of like the music video. I think of like the theatricality. I love the story. It's not the song that if I'm in my car or if someone's like, "Hey, play Michael Jackson," it's not the first song that I'm playing.
I agree to that.
I'm sorry. Like I feel like
That's
everyone's gonna hate me for it, but you know that's how I
Real quick,
feel.
Are you a fan of Lord of the Rings? I just wanted to know.
I am.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that checks out.
That checks out. That checks out.
Checks out. Checks
Makes
out.
sense.
That's funny.
Wait, you see
Love
Dashanique's
Lord of
comment, bro?
I have not seen her comment yet. I'm sorry. I'm slacking.
Shout out
Every
to
time I-
Dashanique. She
Drill-
said every time I come on here, Drell always pisses me off first. Listen, that's a you problem. I don't know what to tell you. It's not my fault. I don't know. Like, it's just okay. But
So-
remember the time didn't get you hot. Remember the time Magic
Remember the
Johnson
Time
was
was
in that.
my-
Eddie Murphy was in that.
He
I
said
love that
Magic
shit.
Johnson.
Yes.
That's
I
what-
love
what
the
do you
music
mean?
video. I loved who was in it. It's just not my. It's not on my favorites playlist. It's just not.
Fair.
You know what's one that
Okay.
gets slept on? That's another banger. Fucking Black or White.
I
I
mean,
do
Bro.
know that.
You think it's that good?
It's white. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There was
I'm
a
not
little
like
bit.
that
Rapping
with the
Macaulay
song.
Culkin?
It's a good
That's what got
you
you
song.
like
hot.
rapping Macaulay Culkin.
Gosh, you know.
That's what got you hot. All right.
I mean, all right, but what's your least favorite? That was the question, though.
No, I agree with Queen. Like, if we're just going by like his like hits, I would say that one. Remember the Time, because I can't think of many Michael Jackson songs that I dislike, but
Yeah.
that would be the
I-
one that I wouldn't put that on my like greatest hit list.
Are we
Personally.
talking? I have to know. Are we considering songs that were made by Michael Jackson after he was
Considering-
dead, as his song still. Like,
No.
What name
Like
another
the-
one? Just name your song and we'll go. From
Yeah.
there.
I can't remember the exact name, but it's the one with him and Justin Timberlake, and
That's fair.
Oh, it feels good, or
Love never feels so
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Right.
Love
yeah,
Never Felt So Good.
never
Yeah,
felt so good. Yeah.
It's not a
I
bad song.
never-
It's just I never
yeah.
really. I don't fuck with it
Gotcha.
like
Is it
that.
because of Justin Timberlake?
No, because I fucking adore Justin Timberlake.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
He is a Greek god to me.
Oh,
Even
wow.
after what you don't like Kanye, but you fuck with Justin Timberlake, huh?
I'm
Yep.
not a huge
Okay.
Kanye fan either.
I'm right
There we go.
Kanye,
There we
Kanye
go.
Oh,
can
you
be gone.
tolerate Justin Timberlake?
I was Justin Timberlake is okay for me as well, but
I could
choose Justin
name-
Timberlake over Kanye.
I could name and sing more NSYNC / Justin Timberlake songs than all of Kanye's songs, and I know
Yeah,
a lot of
I
Kanye
agree.
songs.
I just want to
But
go on record and say 2 of the people here today are fans of Lord of the Rings. 6 hour, what is it? No, it's 3 hours movie times 3
Lord of
hours.
the Rings. What is your
Fans of a
problem?
movie with 9 hours of no black people, but have a problem with Kanye West, a black man. But meanwhile, they out here
Who think
moonwalking.
slavery was a
What
choice?
do you
I
expect?
just want to let y'all know who y'all support out here, and then
You-
look at me with the crazy
Dem-
face. You know,
I mean,
I'm the
Delmar
weird
brought up
guy.
a very valid point.
What?
Kanye also thinks that slavery was a choice. So, like, you
Michael
know,
Justin Timberlake openly pulled Michael Jackson's sister titty out, and then was like, "Wasn't me," and moonwalked away in silence while that woman got ridiculed.
Hey,
Well,
but is that?
You know,
But
whatever.
Is,
It
wait,
was
are we?
only
What are
20
we
years
supposed
ago
to
at the
do?
biggest
I-
sporting
What the fuck?
event
What
in the
we
world.
supposed to do? The fuck?
Oh, now niggas hands is tied. Now niggas don't know what to
I
do.
was a
all of
child.
sudden.
I saw a titty. I got
Wow.
happy. The fuck?
I know, like, I
Wow.
watched that so many
Wow.
It was
times.
Janet Jackson's titty.
Wow.
Dude, Janet Jackson. There's a song that she did, and she's so
Where
gorgeous.
y'all need comments
Oh,
at
man.
now, all right? I say I don't like PYT. I get hate. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They say they out here cool with the titty popping out and Justin going home.
All
Everybody
right.
quiet in the comments. I
right.
bet. I see
So,
what today's show
since
is.
since when have you ever had a problem with a titty coming out?
Exactly.
That's not the problem. The problem wasn't the titty coming out. The problem was how Justin Timberlake took no responsibility for that situation.
Because he's
and
a
just
white
let Janet
man.
get smacked up.
I mean,
But you want something different in the
That's
world?
Yeah,
The
that's
fuck?
right, Delmar. Talk about it some more. Tell me about the white man who let the
I don't
black woman
see-
take out the
I
heat.
don't-
That's all I
Tell
gotta
me
say.
You support him. Tell me more, please. I
I
love
don't
this.
see
Something
why.
about the Lord of the Rings thing. Like I'm really still heavily
She's still on there.
marinating on that.
His biggest thing is that
That
one,
was
it
a
takes
no
too
black
long,
people.
and 2, there's no black people. That's why he
Not
doesn't
a
like
First
it.
and
single
foremost,
black soul.
one, maybe it's. I mean, I love a lot of like fantasy aspect type of movies, and I feel like out of like movies like Harry Potter or like The Hunger Games, I feel like Lord of the Rings has its own little fantasy aspect that it just has some this je ne sais quoi about it that I love.
Just
Now,
a
the
world
black
full of
people
white
thing-
people. Yeah, that's the
For the black people
fantasy.
thing, I could see that. However, it is based in literal Europe. What do you expect?
There's
There were no
black people in Europe.
No, I mean,
Not-
saying,
not- Come on
I'm
now.
saying, like,
Is it
come on,
though?
y'all.
Yes,
Is it
there's a
though?
lot of
The
black
nigga
people.
who sing Return of the Mac is from England. We ain't gonna disrespect him like this.
Like, there's black people in Europe. I just want to say this. I've been to Europe.
I
There's a lot
know.
of black people.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like medieval times, heavy emphasis, Renaissance on just the idea of perfection of white people. You have like it's obvious that there would just be more white people in the
And-
film.
Yeah,
and just
and this
in
is
general.
why I don't fuck with time travel like everyone else does. Like, oh, if you could time travel, what
That's also
era
a
would
good
you go to? I don't want to go back. Do you know how black people were treated back then? You don't ever see them just doing things they want. No, I'm fine with time. I'm not time traveling. I like my era
Well,
now.
I
You
think
wouldn't
that
go
if I
back
had
with
to
future
time
guns?
travel, huh?
You wouldn't go back in time with future guns and just
No, because
start
there's
liberating
limited
black people?
ammo.
I
That's-
would go back in time and probably just be an Egyptian the whole time because
That's a good
that
point.
was a prime time for black people. Like a lot of people think that Egyptians were white or something like that. No,
Yeah,
they
I mean,
were-
okay, that's a prime time for black people. Just know, don't pick the time when Cleopatra was running because she killed pretty
Mhm.
girls. If girls were too pretty, she just killed them.
Yeah, I mean Cleopatra had problems. Like, she just had issues.
Yeah.
So many
She
issues.
got me thinking about a gun that you could shoot once that everybody would be like, all right, let's calm this shit the fuck down. Let's listen to what he has to say.
The muskets
That's a
back in
really
the
good
day.
question.
Muskets
The-
back in the
the-
day.
No, not
Yeah.
muskets.
Hold on, I gotta.
You
Put a
seen
bullet in that hoe.
I think it's a Key and Peele short where like he goes back in time and like takes out one of the amendments, but like Ben Franklin like made up this like like I guess this like blueprint for like guns and everything and how guns are still a thing. It's like super funny. I have to like show you guys that, but like this whole little spiel y'all are going on is reminding me of that. So.
Ian Peel is not funny.
Key and
Some of them
Peele
are
has
funny.
its
All you
moments.
fucking do is come on this show and say words that don't make sense. What
Key
are
and
you
Peele
talking
is
about?
white people
What?
funny. Key and Peele is white people
You
funny.
sound Justin Bieber on here.
And that, yeah,
And
that's a
so
white
the
person.
one
I own
person
up
to say
to
that?
it.
Yo, all right. But
Key and
none of-
Peele is a
none of this
great
shits is
value. Key and Peele is a great value brand of Dave Chappelle show.
So,
Alright,
not
so-
like when you say it's not funny, you say none of their skits are funny.
I promise you, I watched their whole catalog on Hulu. Like,
It's very hit or miss. I'll agree with that.
like,
Like,
very,
some
like,
of them
they're
are good,
like,
some
here
of
go,
them
here go, here
all
go,
of
here
them
go.
are
The
Even
one that I
Dajanique
probably
thinks so.
laughed, even though the
Name-
probably one I laughed at the most was I said, "Bitch." Okay, that
I
was funny,
said,
right? All right, the Hingle McCrinkleberry and the touchdown celebrations, that was funny. And then there's like one more that I can point out that it was like I
Substitute teacher.
chokehold.
The substitute
Hey,
teacher
Aaron.
one's pretty funny.
So,
The
the
Aaron
Stolen
shit,
Joke
that
one.
shit, that
High
they
on
got
Hypotenuse was pretty funny.
that's
The
all
midget-
in the same.
the
That's
little
all in the
person that was
same
running
thing,
around
bro. That's
the
all in the
apartment.
same thing, bro.
The little person that was literally running around an apartment that he had to stab to get him out of the apartment.
You thought that was
Hilarious.
funny?
I like
You
the
thought that
one
was
that's
funny?
the black people telepathy one. Have you guys seen that one? That one's
Yes.
hilarious. I like that one.
I can
I-
literally go
I
down
am-
the list of funny ones. I don't know if you've seen them all. But
I've seen them
I-
all, and Key and Peele is white people funny.
I love
so
our
you think
comment
every?
right now.
Go ahead. Wait, go ahead.
I love our
hate
comment
it.
right now. He said this nigga like Lord of the Rings, Justin Bieber, NSYNC, and
Oh wait,
Timberlake,
whoa,
and
time
said
out, time
Key and
out.
Peele
Thank
is
you.
white people
whoa,
funny.
whoa,
Who
whoa,
said
whoa,
that
whoa, whoa!
shit?
I never said I never
that
said I was
shit?
a fan of. I never said I was a fan of Lord of the Rings.
Who
So,
said that shit?
That wasn't me. But-
Yado.
Justin Bieber slaps.
My nigga.
NSYNC
My nigga.
slaps. Timberlake,
My
come
nigga.
on.
My nigga.
Come on.
My nigga. Thank you so
Come
much,
on.
Keith. Thank you so much, Keith.
Look,
Thank
you
Josh,
so
who's
much,
it?
my nigga.
Dajanique says they not funny. Exactly, because they
Even-
ain't.
Dashanique can't read.
They're
Don't
not
worry about it.
hilarious.
Just ignore
They're
it.
not hilarious. They won't
Now-
ever make me like
now,
gut bust laugh.
his
they
movies?
have moments.
His movies?
I feel
Top
like a
tier.
lot of a
Good.
lot of comedy movies don't make me laugh. Like I don't think Adam Sandler's that funny. I don't think that a lot of like these comedians or like these comedic movies are funny at all. Just like I don't think
y'all
horror
throwing
movies
so
Adam
much
Sandler's-
at me right now. Y'all
Adam
just too
Sandler's
much.
hit and miss. Because I like
It is-
some Adam Sandler movies and I don't like others.
You could well again. You could put together a like how many does he need to mainly be funny? Like we all can name five
Who?
Adam Sandler movies that
No,
we
I
can
said
say
he's
are
hit and
funny.
miss because I like a lot of his movies, but I'll admit that a lot of his movies
I like
aren't
him
funny
as a
either.
person in movies. Like it's always nice to see his face in movies. It's like a comfort thing, like a
Like-
nostalgic thing. I
you
just
think-
don't think like I'm looking at him as like he's so hilarious. I cannot wait to hear what
Big
he's going
Daddy?
to say. I just don't think about it.
The
what's it
classics
called? The
are
Water
good.
Boy?
Like the Water Boy's funny.
What's
a
Mr.
cla-
what counts as
Deeds and
classics?
shit and all that, but
I
like
think
Little
he's
Nicky, that wasn't funny.
He's
Fucking
2000.
Man, you was really outside, dog. You was really outside till you said that little Nicky shit. That got you back in, man. That got you. Little Nicky
He's
was
2000s funny. See, Adam Sandler's 2000s funny. He can't hold water right
Most
now.
of his best movies were in the 90s, though. What are we talking
Yeah,
about?
90s, 2000s, those were
90s,
that was his
2000.
time. It was slapstick comedy. It was funny back then. Nowadays, it's just kind of fucking annoying. Same reason why we
Okay,
don't like
so-
Dane Cook.
So this is gonna be controversial. I mean, it might be.
here we go.
I mean, that's our entire show, so I love it.
What do y'all think about Tyler Perry?
I fucking
his
hate him.
plays were his plays were
Plays are better than
funny.
the
I love
movies.
Tyler Perry. Like
Plays
I
are better
think
than
that
the
he.
movies.
I
Plays
think
are
he's
better than the movies.
I'll
yeah.
agree with that statement. Plays are better than the movies, but I hated the movies, and I hate him for making so many movies.
A
Because
lot
all
of
his
anti-black
movies.
on the show today.
Okay, so you want to talk anti-black? The reason why I hate him is because I feel his movies are anti-black. Mostly, it's anti-dark. All of his first 3 movies had the same premise of light-skinned girl, or even just woman, was with dark-skinned man. Dark-skinned man treated her wrong. Light-skinned man hero comes saves her.
Damn,
Every
somebody was.
single fucking
Damn,
one.
this
see that.
this nigga hurt you. Goddamn, bro.
I don't. Look, as a
Portraying
dark-skinned dude,
stereotype. Yeah,
I
he was
think-
saying a stereotype for aggressively long, and people were just
Wow.
eating it up for a minute.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm hostile. Oof.
yeah, it was so annoying. And then like he got some good ones in there, but like then he started making like Medea and the Halloween movie. It was just like it stopped being him making like
that was
black-
catch
That didn't
grabs.
make sense. That didn't
Yeah.
make
Catch
sense.
grabs. Catch grabs.
Yeah, it
that's all
stopped
was.
being about like him making like black movies, black empowerment movies, to him just making let's put Medea in a weird situation, and it just got fucking like no, I'm done with it.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Fair.
Thank you, Nikisha.
I
for
can say
agreeing with
that
me.
I feel like.
What
I
about
mean,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Queen.
Oh, I was gonna say like, I mean, early '90s, 2000s, like when he really was like popping out with these movies and everything. The premise of it, like, no one really. I feel like he was capitalizing on all the stereotypes, but at the same time trying to like come at it in a way where he's trying to also push a message. But it wasn't until like movies after, or even like mostly in his plays, where he really does touch on the subjects that I wish that he would highlight more in his movies. I do really love him for pushing like a lot of like very famous black actresses like to the forefront and paying them for what they're worth. I think that that's absolutely amazing, and coming up with his own like studio and stuff. But I just don't think that I personally just like his plays more than I've ever really liked his movies. That's my spiel on that.
And
I agree.
I'm just replying to a comment. He did try to sue the Boondocks because the Boondocks roasted his ass on that episode. That's why you never saw the episode ever on film again, because he got so mad that he called up to the head people and said that they don't get rid of that. He's like walking out on his he made some kind of threat. That's why you never see the episode again.
See, he
That's
ain't
pretty
even.
trash.
He ain't.
Someone's
yeah,
on
he
this
ain't even for it.
episode.
That's pretty trash.
I have another controversial question that piggybacks off of this one. Do you think you are expected to support black businesses or black pretty much anything just for the sense that it's black? So like a black movie shows up, do you feel like you have to support it?
Oh no,
Mm,
hell
no.
no.
I don't think I have to. I just feel like when it comes to other like when it comes to like smaller black businesses, I'm expected to buy into certain things or like eat a certain way because they're like, well, you're light skinned and you have to compensate for the fact that you're not darker. Does that make sense? Like it's like that you need to support
have a
because you are
$500
half
check.
white and you need to compensate. And it's like, I don't.
I'll
But if
support it
I don't want to
if
buy a
I
candle.
like
I
it.
just don't want to buy a candle. Like it's
Right.
really not about the fact that it's being made by a black person. Like kudos to you for even starting a business. But if I don't want to buy a candle that smells like vanilla, I'm sorry. I just don't like vanilla candles. Like don't try to
Okay.
force me. You know what I mean?
All right, I agree with you. Now, my follow-up question then is, why is it always the rebuttal to be like, oh, you don't like this, you don't support black businesses, or you don't support black this? It's always that rebuttal, because I've been in so many arguments where it's just like somebody says something wild and it's just like, I don't like this movie, I don't like this. I say I don't like Tyler Perry. I've heard people say I didn't watch Black Panther, I didn't like Black Panther.
I haven't seen Black Panther.
Yeah, I was not gonna like name you, but you were.
No, I'll
part of
say
that
it out loud. I
argument.
don't care.
But
It's not
like,
that-
and
I
then
don't like it.
someone
But Lord
comes
of
with
the
the
Rings,
argument
huh?
is always like, "Oh, you don't support black this, black businesses, black entrepreneur, and I'm just like, just because it's black doesn't mean I need to support it. I support it if I like it.
Hold on, time out. Miles, are you okay? You just coming heated today. Who hurt you? What's
Look,
going
man.
on, boo boo?
I
This
use
nigga was,
this.
he went in
I
on
use
Tyler
this
Perry. He's
podcast.
going in.
I
You
use this
vented.
Vent it all
podcast to
out.
like to
Let it
talk my
out.
problems out. They can't say nothing. Like they can't say nothing to hurt me right now. This is my time to shine. I can say what I want here.
Right.
Hey, do
I think
you, boo boo?
I think that when people start to say this, oh, you're not supporting black people, I'm like, okay, well, how much black history do you know? Like, how much do you really know about like this topic or why this business is like this? Like, do you really know the background of what you're buying into? Because just because something is from a black person, I feel like it's always important to contribute to the culture and give recognition to the culture, but you shouldn't feel pressured to buy into an item just because that person's a part of the culture, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Here's my take. I support it. Like, say it's a white owned business and a black owned business, right? If it's like the same quality type of shit, right? Sure, I'll go to the black owned business. If they're doing the same thing but the white business does it better, I'm gonna take my business to the white business. I don't care like what color. I want to go to where
What do you
what'd you say?
What'd
What'd you say, Queen?
I said where the quality is at. I'm just
Yeah. I'm going to where the quality is at. I don't care if you Indian, black, white, mix. Oh, this is what I need. Y'all do it the best. That's gonna get my business. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I feel
Jarrell, you're getting called out in chat. You
Well,
look
man,
like you
no,
got
man, I'm
something.
just
Where is
You look
this?
like
just
you got
listening.
some, You look like you got something to say.
listening. I'm just
Go ahead,
just
speak,
listening
my
to
guy.
everybody
No,
speak.
contribute to the conversation.
Go ahead, speak, my
It's,
guy.
Taking tribute
listen,
to the
I hear what
conversation.
everybody's saying. It's just think about how many mediocre white things you supported in your life without even knowing that you supported some mediocre white shit.
Okay, but remember that goes back to
Even
what I
if
said.
it's
If they
not
do the
great
same
quality,
thing,
even if it's not great quality, I still think for all the years of us being told no, all the years of us having great ideas and then having them either stolen from us or put in legal situations where we couldn't be able to capitalize on the situation. Anything black should be supported 100%. Good black or good black or anything, good bad or whatever the fuck. Until we get to a point where we can distribute, till we get to a point where we can have mediocre black things and go, no, this is a higher quality black thing. You see what I'm saying? Right now it's
No.
so hit or miss. It's so hit or miss. We either have to be great or we don't even get mentioned. So until we can flood the market with our own shit, so that way we can then have levels of it where we can have a great value billion black shit and then a high quality black thing. We should just continue to support black until we get our own representation in the market. Until we can do stuff like that. Otherwise, we'll just be like. Otherwise, it has to be so astronomically great or so astronomically bad or anything like that for us to go ahead and give it the go ahead. Does that make sense?
No.
It
He
does.
said
It
support them.
makes sense.
No, he
I
said
just
support them even if they're bad. No, I'm not gonna support them. The fuck?
Really? You're
I
not?
think
You think
I
this
think it's
crate
very
challenge is great?
No,
I
it's
think it's
stupid.
important to
But it's fucking lit, isn't it?
It's what?
It's fucking lit, isn't it? It's a great fucking time.
Oh, I'm
I-
laughing at it. I think it's stupid.
Exactly. So you're already participating in something black that you might not all the way be for, but because it's so fucking lit and because it's such a sweeping thing,
I didn't
now
say it
you
was
gotta
lit.
go ahead and you
I
gotta
said
go and
it's
put
stupid.
your eyes on it. But you're
I
still
wa-
putting your eyes on it, aren't you?
It's,
No,
it-
I
and we're not
I'm
talking
not.
about
Here's
it,
the
right?
thing. I'm not looking for it. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. Somebody's posted a meme. Somebody's a video. I'm scrolling. I'm not looking for it. It's just a new meme right now. It's everywhere. I think it's stupid. I'm like, where the fuck
That's
is all
what I'm
these niggas
saying.
getting?
Like,
My question is, where's all these crates coming from? The fuck?
that's also a really good question. That's a
Like,
great
that's
conspiracy that we really need to deep dive in. But y'all remember stupid shit like plinking and fucking
Yep,
the
that shit was stupid.
Smirnoff icing people,
Yep.
basic mediocre white shit. When we
Yep.
take something that's just as stupid but add a little bit more challenge to it, and now it's a new thing that is a new trend. That is what we do to everything. Now imagine a market full of shit that we can do and flood with, and then be able to be like, no, this
So
is that.
I have
This is the higher quality. This is the lower quality. We don't get to have that. It either has to be praised as this new black thing that we all have to go out and support, or we don't get to talk about it at all, and it stays in struggle street. We're not able to build a market up for ourselves so we can differentiate between quality of product and the product that it is. You feel me?
I think there should still be a bare minimum. But I have comments on this whole crate thing. But I want to hear what Queen was trying to say. Y'all were talking over.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I think
Don't apologize to these guys.
I have this person. I guess I
Just don't
come
mind.
speaking from being mixed and also a woman. Like there are just some products that are black owned that just do not work with me. Whether it's like for my hair, whether it's for like my skin. I just feel like there is still a level of development when it comes to black products because there is such a huge diversity of black people. And I just think that if I'm looking for a product, it's not really just about quality, it's what's going to work best for me as a person. Like, aside from thinking about the color of my skin, because I have like approached like, I'm someone where I will support someone even if they're bad, but I feel like I'm someone where if I had the resources to help them, to push them to be great, I'd rather be that ally and do that than to just feed them what they're trying to look for, which is like that gratification of feeling like, yeah, I'm a black person, I'm having my black business and it's great. I'd rather be honest with you, whether you're black, white, Indian, Asian, doesn't matter. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you and be like, hey, this doesn't work for me, but let's see, let me help. Like, if I have a resource to help you, like, cool, I'm gonna guide you in the right direction or whatever. I feel like that's just how I am. I don't know, I'm just a part of a different like mindset when it comes to buying things. I honestly, when I go out, I just really don't think about race first or like color first. It's just not, it's not
Oh, me
something,
either. I'm just thinking about what I'm trying to get.
unless I'm going to like, if there's something, for example, like I was in Seattle and there was like a huge like I guess strip where they had like over 100 like black businesses just
Oh, no.
from all
Don't you die on me, game or internet.
person as woman, you know.
Sorry
So
about
that's
that,
where I
guys.
come from. I hope that makes sense.
It does.
That's-
So I don't think about race when I first go out and do anything. I think about convenience for me for the most part. There's certain things that I do want to support that's black businesses, but at the same time, I'm not going to support something strictly because it's a black business. Especially if I feel they're actively harming more than helping. Tyler Perry, I feel he's more actively harming than helping, so I don't fucking support him, but really.
What about him opening up his own studio lots in Atlanta?
I
and then
appreciate
only
that.
hiring black actors.
I love that.
The part of that to get, like, I see what you're saying, but also to get there, we had to deal with the stupid ass Medea does Halloween shit, and Medea goes to Delwood.
See,
shit
I
bullshit.
feel like we could have done it differently.
Who else has done it?
What do you mean? Who else has done it?
Who else has been a black producer in Hollywood, set up his own soundstage, and then be able to put himself not only to be able to
Kevin
greenlight
Hart.
shows that he's a part of. So what Kevin Hart shows? He's only done the one. What other sound stages? Has
No,
he put
but
up?
he has
He has
been
the whole
out here.
LOL, the laugh out loud.
Yeah, he's been out there just putting
Right.
black
So,
comedians
but
on,
I'm saying, is it just
doing it
is it just?
himself. Like,
So
he
you guys have
started
been watching
his
the LOL
thing.
network?
I have not. I don't have. Hey,
No, but I know about it. He's still doing stuff. It's just like I don't
Alright,
watch
cool,
Tyler
but
Perry
that
stuff,
is
but I
like
don't.
how
But
with
he
the
also
Nick
did a
Adams
soul
thing.
plane to finance that. Nobody fucks
No.
with the soul plane like that, but we're like, okay, cool, that's fine.
Oh,
to
he
do
did
that. And not only
one.
that,
he did
he did
two
one?
movies.
All right.
Two 2
You
Soul
didn't see all the
plays.
Kevin Hart old school movies. You didn't see all the old Kevin Hart old school movies.
But then
He
he
was doing a
started doing-
shit ton of hood movies for a while, my guy. He was in a whole bunch of Dame Dash movies and shit. Like, he had to play the game. A lot of niggas who came
You're
up from
watching
that like
Dame
early
Dash
2000s
movies,
rhyme.
though.
Exactly. Not a lot of niggas was doing that, but that was part of the whole fucking thing. That was part of the grind. Like, that's the thing you had to do. And not only that, but he has his own app and everything, or his own streaming service, which is cool and everything like that. But Tyler Perry is still A, on TV, B, making his own movies, and C, not only that, has a contract with BET. And he's been being able to not only do that, but again, put actors out on a steady basis and give them steady work. Black actors. So
Has Queen been frozen?
you can
for
say
anyone
Kevin
else,
Hart,
or is
but
it
Kevin
just
Hart
me?
really isn't
No,
doing
she's
it
there.
to the same
She's
level.
there.
No,
Yeah, she's
I'm
still
just
here.
listening. I'm just listening. I'm sorry.
No, you're
Yeah, so he hasn't been able to do it to the
your
same level.
camera's frozen for me though. That's all.
Oh,
Our camera's
Did I-
fine.
That's
I can fix it.
It's
yeah,
always
sorry.
on his side.
It if it's on anyone else's side, it's fine. But since it's on my side, it sort of needs to be fixed since I'm streaming it.
I got you.
Sorry,
Oh, did I fix it? Can you see me now?
your camera is off right now for me.
What? Oh no. No.
Oh no, did I mess everything
Now?
up?
Now? No,
Anyway.
no.
Is she back for anyone
so-
else? It's still frozen, or it's still not. Like it just, she isn't there for me. Oh no, there you are. Everything's fixed. Thank you.
Hey, hello.
Sorry.
That was like a little brief
But,
intermission.
taking it back from that, what's like another thing that was very bad for the black community that we had that you felt like you shouldn't have been able to support?
She's a ghost. This crate challenge. It's so dumb.
Yeah, but it is.
dumb.
But again, how many stupid fucking things have been made on this internet
Oh, yeah,
that
completely.
continue to get?
Completely.
So I'm
I
not
just
gonna
like-
hold it to all. I'm not gonna be like, this is now the dumbest thing ever. Like niggas was laying on
I've
the ground
seen-
calling it planking for a very long
Yeah,
time.
Wait.
but
Are
they're
we
not
blaming?
actively-
Wait, are we putting planking and all that shit on black people?
No, I'm just saying for us to be like, well, that's dumb, and then also be like the same way when planking and all that shit is dumb. What's
like,
different than this than any other?
They're
thing?
not
Like,
actively hurting themselves for comedy. For clout. They're planking. Yeah, that some of them got hurt, but the ones that got hurt wasn't like it was like national news or like not national, but like news like oh shit, people are
Oh
getting
no,
hurt.
I saw a
doing
nigga
this.
break his arm pretty
yeah,
bad on TikTok.
I saw people break his arm, like break his leg, like snapped his leg in half. People are I know every person here has probably had one of those crates in their house at one point and just like kicked it maybe.
Never.
That shit
Nope.
hurts. And these dudes are landing on it, or not even dudes, just people are
My
landing
God.
on it and stuff.
Watching it is so painful. Like
Yeah,
I see them
it's
all the
most
time on
painful
Twitter.
shit. It's just exploitation, in my opinion. Exploitation for clout.
exploitation. They took something nobody else was thinking about in any capacity, and now are doing
sounds
something
good.
fun with it,
It
and it's
sounds
exploitation.
good.
Interesting.
It sounds good, but it's still just like you're potentially fucking yourself up for the clout. It's essentially
Yo, man.
those.
I can barely hear
you
you. 'Cause you keep cutting in and out.
Oh, me? My bad.
we
Is
go.
this better?
Yeah, you're cutting in and out. But
All right. Do you remember? Do you have you ever watched those old Japanese game shows where, like, the contestants were trying to do something and they just kept getting hurt because of like the boulder came by or
Most extreme elimination challenge ever. Hell yeah.
that shit.
That
It's
shit.
basically that.
Shout out to
It is
G4 TV. Oh,
It is
man.
essentially that. Just like people.
So you're talking
doing-
about like Ninja Warrior and shit like that, right?
It's like Ninja Warrior,
No,
but
not Ninja
more
Warrior.
comedic. Like it's more comedic and less skill.
Yeah, like the most extreme elimination challenge. That's the
But,
OG.
so it's exploitation. It's all you're saying. It's always been exploitation.
I'm
Like
saying.
I'm not getting the exploitation like form
Like,
from it. It's pretty
I guess-
fucking aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an aggressive person, apparently. Planking off buildings and weird shit. It's just you're using your pain for clout, and I don't. It's not my thing.
It's comedy
I
is
would-
subjective ish.
We've
know?
literally talked about
would-
Adam Sandler, a man who's done nothing but physical comedy a shit ton in his life, and that's funny.
And we
or
and we
even
both
hold
and
on,
we
we even watched
and
people
all of
watch the
us said
jackass people who got
All of us
3
said
or
I
he
4
thought-
has
movies out of that
good
shit,
movies and bad
that's
movies.
Cool,
I
but
thought we all
now
agreed
it's
upon
no,
that.
I thought Jackass was the dumbest shit ever when it first
No,
came out. I
okay.
still think it's the dumbest shit
No.
ever.
But you
Jackass
think
is
they
hilarious.
were exploited and then capitalized off it, were
I-
able to do something? That's
Hold on.
exploitation because they can
I don't think I wouldn't think it's exploitation. I just think it's a factor of human behavior and curiosity, and then mixed in with the fact that we do things because in the moment it's just out of curiosity. Like, I don't really think of it as like an exploitation thing. I can see how it can be because you are putting yourself out there willingly knowing that you could potentially get hurt. However, the way that culture works and the way that we are as humans, like, we're going to do something just because we want to test the limits of our own abilities, like as an ego thing. And then that
I
ego
can
thing
see
just
that.
ends up like snowballing, if that makes sense.
I can see
I think
that.
from a cultural perspective.
I can see that,
You
and I
know.
think exploitation might have been the wrong word. It's not exploitation, but it is. It's still a fucked up thing to like. Like, I've seen ones where people would do, like, an old man is doing it, and someone comes along and just pushes the fucking thing over, and then just laughs at the old man fell, and I'm just like, really? This is what
Now
we're doing
that,
now.
yeah, I
This
feel
is
like that would be an extreme. I feel like that. I feel like exploitation wouldn't be the word. I just feel like it's what
it's
is
not
it's
smart.
well, yeah,
Stupid
it's not
things on the
smart.
internet. That's
I
what
just
we
feel
do
like
on the internet.
it's people that are just like not really just wanting a reaction or just wanting some sort of like something to give them that like when you're on Twitter and you're on TikTok and you're watching people go on these crates, you already know, being in the moral state of mind, that you're not there in the moment, the adrenaline's not there, like you're not a part of it. You're saying this is stupid. But then if you were actually there, you're with your homies, you're with your friends, you're doing whatever, it just becomes a moment that just ends up being A, embarrassing, B, you start pushing the limits of your own curiosity, and C, like you potentially just end up looking stupid, you know? It's like it's like, and like, I'm pretty sure all of you can think about moments that you were with your friends, either fucked up or not, that you were just doing shit, like doing shit that if someone were to record it, like they would look at you from an outside perspective, a moral perspective of thinking that's so fucked up. Like, can't they foresee like the limitations, or can't they foresee the consequences?
Who was
say that, and now I feel
who was that
terrible
goofy
for
ass
saying all this
woman?
shit.
Who was that goofy ass woman from Ned's Declassified who was talking about how the dance was stupid, and then everybody jumped down her fucking throat until she had to get off the
Yes,
internet.
I saw that on TikTok. That shit was
That's
so
what I'm
hilarious.
saying.
What?
Remember that?
I have not
That's
seen
what
that.
I'm saying.
So-
How come every time
Her name is
how come every
Mosby.
time we do something?
Mosby.
Yeah, Mosby.
Yeah,
Something
that shit was
goofy.
hilarious. It was Mosby.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how come every time
It was the white girl
something
from the
crazy
show.
happens on the internet and black people are involved, we got to talk about how stupid it is.
So,
but like
I
I
don't
said,
talk about
drinking is the
everything.
thing, and it took over, or
to catch
T-bowing
people,
is a
to
thing,
catch
and
people
it's a
up,
problem.
to catch people up. There's a little TikTok sharing with black people. It's like, I'll love it, duh, 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 duh. You know, it was just like a little dance. It's just group of black people
being happy.
Yeah, I've
just,
seen that.
Happy shit.
yeah. And so she was just like, what is this shit? This is funny to y'all? This is what is like it's just one of those things where it's like, honey, you should have just kept your mouth shut and look, and yeah. Then I'm so scared, I'm crying, and leave me alone.
Oh
I was
my god, I saw the reactions of
uh,
people like her.
I have.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was
It
just like,
was-
you shouldn't have, some things you shouldn't record yourself doing and put it out for the world to see.
I just think that certain thoughts just need to stay in your head. Like,
Yeah.
Like that's just that. Like, the human mind will just, like I said, that curiosity factor. We can think of so many different scenarios. Saying them aloud in front of people, doing something, like, it just have some privacy and barriers with the things that only you can just have in your head, unless you really trust someone to start opening up.
In
Yep.
2021, get your paper how you can, as long as you ain't hurting others. Jackass has multiple movies, made money.
Jackass is hilarious.
I don't think so, but it's fine because I'm not
You think no Jackass thing was funny? Like none of it?
Never
Bruh, the last movie when he was like high five, and the hand said, "Bow," and he went. I was laughing so hard.
I never found that type of. I never found that type of shit funny.
Which is fair. It's each his own.
Never.
So piggybacking off of like how we feel about these comedy movies and everything, how do y'all feel about like horror movies? Like, how do you feel about how they're produced and everything?
Horror.
Well, see,
Horror.
we all.
I feel like those tend to be more comical than actual comedy movies.
It depends on the horror movie, but I can see how you agree with that. I know Delmar doesn't like horror movies.
We don't do horror in this household at all. I don't do horror movies. I don't do horror video games. I don't do horror shit. Nope. Don't fuck with it. Not me. Bye-bye.
I know, that's why I mentioned it.
My friend got me into horror movies, like, actually, but, like, I can understand.
Certain things there is a boundary. Like, I'm not gonna, my thing is I will not watch anything that has to do with like them in like a psychiatric ward or like Conjuring type of things.
I love those because they actually scare me. I can actually, like, if I actually get scared in a horror movie, I love it. But then there's also the scary movies like Unfriended, where I just sit and laugh my ass off the entire time.
That was funny.
Oh my god. No, I think psychological like horror movies I feel like are my forte. Like, if I were to sit down and watch like a horror anything, like, I feel like it needs to be well done. Like, I don't want to feel like I know what's gonna jump out or what's gonna happen. Like, I want to feel surprised. I genuinely want to be like scared.
Name a movie.
Okay, so it's not a movie, but it's actually a TV show. It was on Netflix called That Haunting of Hill House. Have y'all ever seen that before?
Nope.
I feel like if all horror movies, like, or just horror anything, was just made a certain way, I wish it was made like that show. Because basically what made the show scary was that they were foreshadowing events by showing ghosts, like, in the background, like, hiding, like, in the foreground.
That sounds fucking amazing to me. I love that type.
Basically, so it's like, there are it's very, I don't know if y'all are, like, literature nerds, but it gives me like Edgar Allan Poe, like the, what's it called?
The Mockingbird or the Kid?
No. It's the one about the house.
Yeah, I know.
The Fall of the House of Usher. If you ever get a chance, like, read that like short story because it's very interesting. But basically, like, it has that typical like haunted house. People are living there, but the thing is that each person has their own side story, and the whole show is revolving around how each person is seeing into each other's lives. It's because one of them is secretly dead. Like, it's like so strange, and it's like
I want to watch this now.
You have to look, like, it became a game where people were trying to pinpoint like the ghosts in the background because it was all gonna interconnect. And I love like things like that because that's what makes it scary, and you can binge it and it's enjoyable.
That's gonna be on my list because I love scary movies or shows that actually like don't just put the ghost in your face all the time. Like, if it's in the background and I have to like, did I just see that? And then go back and rewatch them, like, oh shit, it's fucking there. I love it. But when it's just like, I hate when shows or movies do it, like put them in the background, but then like pan the camera over there, like, he was there.
He was there, and then no, this one's very like, it's hard. Like, it's hard.
Delmar,
because
can you handle the conversation though?
Oh yeah, I just don't fuck with scary. Like, so there's a YouTube channel. Movie you saw? So here's the thing. I don't watch scary movies, but there's a YouTube channel called Dead Meat, and he does this thing called the Kill Counts, and he basically goes through scary. You know what I'm talking about? That's as close to as scary as I do, right? And basically, he goes to the movie. He gives the synopsis of what's going on. The people are dying. It's just a kill count, and so that's as close as I can do. and he be, you know, he'll sit through and he'll. So one of the ones, well, I think it was one of the Conjuring movies. I
Mhm.
don't know, but that shit was weird because the dude had took his little daughter to a party and she ate some peanut butter and she's allergic to it.
Oh,
So he
that
was
was.
driving
I know
home
what
because he
movie
was
that
allergic.
is.
Was that The Conjuring or something? I don't know
No,
what it
it was
was.
not
That's
The
Hereditary.
Conjuring.
What it was it?
It was Hereditary.
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 I've
Yeah,
never
and she
seen
rode
that.
down the rental to get some
I
air,
don't think.
and the dude swerved, and her head hit the pole and
It wasn't
decapitated
his
a
daughter,
little
it was his
girl.
sister.
I'm watching like this. I'm just like,
You good?
I did like this,
Bro, it's a
and,
good
and,
movie.
and
You
it's
should
her
watch it,
brother,
bro.
and he just
I've never
stops,
seen that. Now I want
and,
to see it.
and he just
That's
stops,
interesting.
and then he just drives home. And then he
And
he
goes to
gets to
bed.
the bed like he's just traumatized. And then the mom wakes up. She's going to like work to the grocery store. Oh my! Then she sees the body, and I'm just like ah. And then the shit when like the shit was going on. I don't want to spoil nothing else for Queen since she wants to watch it. But he be pointing out shit that he was like, oh, if you look in the corner, you see the body that was moving. I was just like, see why you point that shit out to me because I didn't see that shit. Now I'll be like, all looking like, oh no, fucking.
Yeah, no, I love
I don't do that
love
shit.
it when
I
like
don't do that
characters
shit.
there's backstories. Like I love backstories of things, and I feel like that's what makes it. I think what's more scary than like a ghost per se is watching a person just have like their own internal issues like come up to the forefront, and they're just like pushed to their demise in a way. I feel like that like that's a horror movie well done aside from like zombies or whatever. But
Oh,
Zombies
what
are
about
zombies are
what
never scary, really.
medieval summer or summer? Is that
I've
kind of like it?
never seen that one,
You
mainly
know what I'm
because
talking
Midsummer.
about one?
Midsummer.
Midsummer,
Midsummer is the
yes,
most
that was
boring
I
on
movie
didn't
Dead
see
ever.
Meat too. People
You
like
said
shit
boring?
like that,
That shit's boring as fuck.
bro.
I,
I
No,
I
didn't really
didn't
care
watch it
for
because
it.
it looked boring. Like it
no,
just
but
didn't
still,
seem
just
appealing.
learning about it when you learn the
Yeah.
intricacies and stuff, you're just like, oh,
It
like
was
there's
just
niggas out in the world, like this shit is real somewhere.
Oh
Like
yeah.
yeah. The
Yeah,
that's
that's
why
why I
concept of
don't.
it,
That's
yeah,
why I
it's
live in the
very
city.
real.
That's why I live in the city. I don't need
they
to
lived
live
in the
out
city too. They lived in the city too, and they still got
And,
got.
no, they lived in a city and then went out into the country in
Yeah,
Midsummer.
because it
Who
was one of
makes that decision?
but
Yeah,
no, listen,
exactly.
it was their friend that they met in the group that he was a
And
longtime
that's
friend. But no, he's sent from the tribe into the
yep,
city to befriend people for years and invite them out. That's how they got him in the fucking city.
yep,
Don't
and
Like
that's
like
why I
tell
and
me,
don't
and
go
and,
leave
hey,
and
my
come to
also
the
ass
like
in the
country.
city.
and like there's also like the devil's rejects and shit. Because of that shit, that's why I will never like stop by and help somebody on the side of the road.
Ah,
No, I don't.
I
Them
stay
niggas,
my
that
ass
shit
in the
is real.
city. I stay in
No,
my lane. The scariest thing to me was Get Out, and I know that's like a
that was a
typical.
that was a
It was
thriller.
that
Still
was a
That was
haven't
a
seen
typical.
it.
that was a
That was a
thriller, not a
typical
scary
ass
movie.
answer from me, but like Get Out for me, like fucked me up. I'm like, man, I can't
Dude,
trust
that
these
was a
women no more.
thriller, bro. That wasn't a scary movie.
Yeah,
That was a
it
thriller.
wasn't. It wasn't scary. But it was scary. It wasn't a scary movie, but it was terrifying to
No,
me.
here's the thing.
You
As a
wait,
person,
you
as a
thought Hereditary
person,
was a horror movie, but Get Out wasn't?
Hereditary is a horror movie. The fuck? Did you see them? I'm not. I
How is
was
it? How is it more of a thriller than or less of a
no. Get
more
Out
of a
was a
horror than Get
thriller.
Out? Yeah, I'm saying, but
Get,
what's the like? Why was one more horror than thriller?
because that's how it's classified as. If you like look at the genre, one is horror and the other one is thriller.
But what, I'm saying, I'm asking you, what's the
I don't
difference in
know.
your mind that makes them one more horror than one thriller?
Because
I
I
can
was
watch Get
definitely
Out.
more.
Get Out wasn't. I wasn't scared to Get Out. I was just critiquing it. Like, come on. Like, as a person who loves all women, I love white women. You visited this girl's house when they was only dating like a month. The fuck? No. Come on, bro. You gotta think that was his first mistake. You dumbass. I'm gonna go meet my white
Yeah,
girlfriend's
me
parents
thinking about
way
like
out in the
how
fucking country. How long y'all been dating? A month. Nigga, run. No, the fuck.
Nigga, run.
Lord,
That's where you first.
now
I will
I'm
pick
thinking
that movie apart.
See,
now I'm like
I
thinking of all my relationships because guys will want me to meet their family like within a week or
look.
2 weeks.
That's because
Nope.
look.
Like
I don't
it's
know.
always like I don't know.
Queen,
I
you're
didn't
my
find.
friend. How long have we known each other?
We've known each other for a while.
Yes, and you met my family because we know each other for a while. I would
Yeah,
never
but
be like, "Hey, Queen, come meet
honestly,
my family." You've known you for a month. Hell no, that's a red flag.
I
What's
Me
mean,
as soon as you
personally,
have people meet your family then? What's like
not
too
no no
soon?
no no. That's too soon for me.
Well, wait, what's the
well,
soonest you'll let somebody meet your family?
It depends on the relationship.
I mean, we're
It all
friends.
depends.
I feel like I don't know. Like with me, with my friends, like if I have a friend and like my mom calls me, like if she FaceTimes me, like I wouldn't care if I were like, "Hey, mom, look, my friends," like
Yeah, but that's FaceTime. You're not gonna take them in person,
Yeah,
way
I
out.
would.
And
I would take my
maybe,
friends.
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just
My
look,
overthinking.
friends. I emphasize this. My friends.
You right. You
are
right.
you saying that you're not friends with the person you're dating?
No, you are, but I just feel like there's a different level of like expectation and
That's fair.
Yeah.
pressure with that. Like if I'm taking a guy home to like meet my parents, like
Under pressure.
I have already gone like I don't like putting my parents through the whole I'm dating this person, I'm going and I'm constantly having them meet so many people, grow attached or whatever. I don't have time for that. Like I want to go through to see if I like them. We date for a while and then when I feel comfortable, when I feel like, our relationship is pretty solidified, then I feel like boom. Here's my mom, here's my dad, here's my brother. You know.
I could live my entire life without my parents meeting my girl. And I would be fine with that.
All right, that's a.
Your
I wouldn't call that
entire life?
a hot take, but that's a take. If
That's-
But I'm
anything,
really trying to think, like, what reason do you really need to meet my girl for?
because
Like,
she coming into your family.
yeah, but like, I got
Okay,
cousins I never met.
are you
Like,
close with your
Okay.
family? Are you close with your family?
yeah, I'm close as shit. It's funny because
Okay,
I literally just saw my parents yesterday.
so
I just saw my parents yesterday.
Sweet.
barbecues, family events, family gatherings. She's gonna meet your parents eventually.
Yeah, but like, if she was just like, I don't feel like going to all that, I'm like, all right, but
So you gonna stay your ass at home too with her, or you just gonna
like,
go
I'm
by
trying to
yourself?
think of like, why would I need to meet your mom and dad for us to be happy together? And I can't think of a fucking.
The
I
only
can't think
reason
of
why
one
you would have
fucking
that
reason.
thought is why she wouldn't want to need to meet your parents if you wasn't close with your parents. But if you're
I'm
close
close
with
as
your
shit with
parents,
my
I don't
parents.
think
yo,
that. I
so
feel
that's
like some people just don't. I feel like when people think, oh, I want my girlfriend or boyfriend to meet my family, there's that expectation of if they don't like you, we can't be together. But sometimes it's like, no, I just want you to meet my family because that's just that. Or I don't care for you to meet my family because
It's not going to change
that's
nothing
not a huge
between me and you.
emphasis.
Right, like it doesn't change anything. Like if I don't like, her parents weren't there when I met her, so why would that change? Like if I'm in the relationship because of your parents, then I don't really give a fuck about you in the first place. So like, what do I need to meet your parents or you meet my parents for? Like it's cool, it's a nice
So
gesture to be like,
so
hey,
if
this
you're
is the person part
if
of
you
my
with a
family, but
girl,
I don't really give a shit.
if you with a girl, and let's just say that she does meet your family, and she
Mm-hmm.
just hates them.
She ain't gotta be there. No, hey, I understand. I get it. Everybody ain't for everybody.
I guess. I mean, I feel like my family can be a lot to deal with, but at the same time, I don't want you hate them because I love them and they're going to be a part of my life.
Bro,
And if you're going to be a
there's so
part of my
many-
life too, I can't have you hating these people. Like, I can't have you not liking them. Or you can not
What
like
if
them, just
they're
don't
never
hate
at an
them.
event together? Like as long as you live, like you don't think that's not possible for y'all to just go separate ways during the holidays or during a family event, and then just be like, "I'll see you when I get back."
kill me. The
Do
fuck
you want to be
no.
there? No.
Why?
So I don't know. For me as a woman, I value family so much, and I love going to family events because I think that's just because like I didn't grow up with my parent like with all my family being like in the same city, like having barbecues or anything like that. So I
Mhm.
love that family dynamic, and I just think it's really important if this is the man I'm gonna be with. I would love to meet the people that contributed to being who he is right now and being able to like get to know them as people because I feel like we're all gonna be Like,
What if you meet them and they suck? Then what do? You have to just not be with him no more?
no, honestly, I feel like no. I just feel like I would need
So
to
what
know
it matter?
why.
It don't matter.
No,
It
I'm
don't
just saying,
fucking matter.
if they
Like I
didn't
said.
like me, if they didn't like me, I feel concerned because I would want to know, and I would expect for him to advocate for the both of us. Like, I don't want him to pick sides. I would hate to put like my man in a position where he feels like he needs to pick sides between his parents or me. Like, I feel like there should be a level of compromise. If there's no reason, or he feels like there's no reason for compromise, I feel like I would leave the relationship because there's no, like, it's not making him happy. It's not making me
If you're
happy. Obviously, it's not making his parents happy. Like,
if
there's
you're
just
in
no
chat,
Fuck his
please let me
parents.
know
Like,
what
I
you
don't,
think.
bro,
Dominique,
on
if
the
you're
list
here,
of
Chris, if
things
you're here,
that I give a shit about in
Keith,
a
if you're
relationship,
here. I'm
my
curious
girl's
what you guys think
parents'
about this one.
happiness is so fucking far down on that list. Like, unless it directly affects her situation, I don't give a shit how you guys feel. Why? I'm only gonna see you maybe twice a year at that point. Like, I don't care how you feel. I'll see
Please
you
tell
at
me.
Christmas. Deal with it.
Please
You'll
tell
be
me how
fine.
you feel. I'll see you at Christmas. Deal with it. You'll be fine. So you're fine, just completely fine with her parents hating you, as long as she likes you.
That's all. That's the only person I'm in a relationship with, bruh. I don't
Are
care.
you?
I don't care. I don't
What if
care.
what if it's her and her like? Do you feel like you should like appease her best friends at all?
For why? For why? What
that-
reason?
Are you currently in?
Me.
Are you currently in a relationship, Zero?
No.
Okay, all right, got it.
Oh, but that makes a difference? All right, well, what am I saying now that's going to change, Delmar? Tell me. I'm going to get in a relationship and all of a sudden her best friend's opinion is number one thing I think about in the morning before I brush my teeth and wash my balls? I think the fuck not. I could care less. I could give two shits, but I'm trying to get y'all to make me understand why anybody else's opinion outside of the person I'm dating should make me give two shits, and no one has said anything that has made me go, oh, that's a good point.
Jarrell makes a lot of sense. Like, in a relationship, you probably shouldn't care about what other people think about your relationship. That is your relationship.
He's saying that he don't even care.
No, he cares
I care
only about what
I care about my partner, my girl thinks. Like, that's it.
I needed these laughs.
Now, I will say,
why would I give a shit what your best friend has to say? Well, because she's gonna agree with whatever you're saying. If she says I'm a great boyfriend, guess what? I'm a great boyfriend. If she says I'm a piece of shit, you're also gonna ride with the fact that I'm a piece of shit. Convincing you is out of my hands. It's just how she feels for the day. That's who I am to you. I'm however she feels. Like, it doesn't matter. Why? For what? For why?
respect my friends' opinions very much, mainly because they know me probably a lot better. Like, they know me, like, in the state that I am right now a little bit more than my parents do, and I feel like they give me, like, the type of friends I have, including Delmar over here. Like, if I am seeking for an opinion, they know I'm not, like, I want them to give me honest feedback about behaviors they're seeing that I might not be seeing. And it's not like I'm gonna hold it against the guy, or I'm going to be like looking at him differently. It's just that it's just there. And if I start seeing a repeated pattern of that, I would just bring it up. It's not like my friend said this and da 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 da. Like, my friend sees something, okay, that's how my friend feels. If I start seeing it, like, that's an issue.
I was about to ask you, Jarrell.
All right, go ahead, man. Oh, wait, let me get this out.
Yep.
You ever be watching a TV and it has like a dead pixel somewhere on there, and you didn't notice it until somebody else put it out to you, and now all you can see is that dead pixel? It's the same situation. If I didn't see the problem and we're cool, then what the fuck? Like, and everything's progressing, and I'm still enjoying the show, then I'm cool.
No. All right, so here's my question. It's kind of similar to that. You've never been in a relationship where, like, you don't see a red flag, but a red flag is there. Your boys see the red flag, and they try to warn you. But you're saying you're not going to listen to your boys because you don't see that red flag.
So let me tell you, I have been in that situation, but
And
I
you
also knew it was a red flag. And so the decision still came down to me to either walk through hell or listen to everybody else. It's still in
it's
nobody
not
else's
listen.
decision making
It's
but my own.
still yeah, it's your decision making, but it's not like you're choosing to listen to them. It's more like, okay, that's an opinion, and now I make my own opinion based off this new information, or like with new information, new evidence backing it up. So like this person is a shitty person to servers or something, but you've never gone out to the dinner with her or something, so you don't see that side of her. But she's just a
Why
shitty
did they
person
see
to
that
everyone
she was a
else.
I think it
Yeah,
also
maybe
has to
they're
do
just
with,
friends
like,
with her too. Maybe they're friends with her too, and they're just like, well,
And
she's
they
kind of a
said
shitty
that
person.
she's shitty to servers.
I was just using that as an example.
example.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, just like
I'm
you,
trying to
for
think of
some
a
reason, you
situation
don't
where I'm
see
fucking
this shitty thing, and it's just
right.
like,
Like,
well,
what's
I
this
don't
thing?
see it,
What
so
would
it's
this
not
thing
my
be?
thing. Like, let's
Yeah.
say
And I,
she's let's say she's out there just flirting with dudes, and you'll never see it because she's out there doing it when you're not around.
Why wouldn't I know that she's flirting with dudes if
Because you're
I'm
not.
also
Here's the
involved
thing,
with this?
you know,
You don't.
people will be blind to it
Yeah.
People
because they
actively will be blind to shit in their relationship.
Yeah.
because they're happy.
Because, like, they're just like, I don't want
Well,
to rock the
yeah.
boat. I'm blinded by the pussy or whatever it is. Like,
Right, but
people
they
will
had to
actively
acknowledge
move.
that shit was happening. You think that they were just blindsided from life, or they chose to ignore something?
There's
I
sometimes
think
it's a bit of
personally,
both.
I think it's a little bit of both, but I also feel like every person has their own threshold on what is like crossing a boundary or what they will tolerate and to what intensity. So I feel like when you're in a relationship initially and you're just so head over heels over the person, let's just say you're so happy, like stupidly happy, you bring them around your boys, you bring them around like whomever, and they see something that you just don't see. Like there have been moments where like, you know, I've been in relationships where like, right, my friends will be like, oh, like your boyfriend has a lot of friends that are girls. And to me, it's like, well, I have a lot of friends that are guys. That's not something to be bothered about. Now, if it's something like, hey, your boyfriend hit up like my friend asking her to go out and was like acting kind of flirty, that would be like a boundary. Like that would be like so that would be a red, like immediate red flag. I feel like some red flags in our own minds are not red flags because we
Right.
don't consider them to be, and that's not like our threshold of what is a boundary and what is being crossed, if it makes sense. So that's how we could be blinded in certain ways, and it's not until we go through situations where they could be doing that one thing that's not really a red flag, but then it becomes one, or it gets like bigger than what is initially like in your mind.
So, like, say something that's not really a red flag that became a red flag.
Talking down on people. I'll use that one.
Yeah.
So when did she talk down on you or talk down on somebody when you're just ignoring it, but now all of a sudden it's a bad red flag?
So, like, if you're not in the conversation and you just hear her talk down on somebody, or like the way she talks to them is just very disrespectful when it's somebody that should be like shown respect, and you just kind of like all right, that's fucking weird, but like move on. Maybe it's just fucking a day for her, or you make up excuses or something, or you just actively don't see it as a problem at first because you're just like, all right, whatever. Why are you pointing at me?
Because that's
think
you
he's
making
agreeing
a
with-
decision. No,
Yeah.
that's you making a decision to be like, I see this fuckery, but I'm gonna keep riding on this fuckery. Like you saw the fuckery, you saw what the person was about.
He didn't initially consider it to be fuckery. He didn't initially see it that way.
Yeah,
though.
you don't see it as fuckery at
Don't see
first
it.
because you're just,
But you were riding with them, and you let their fuckery slip because you was riding with them, or you didn't think that situation was as serious, or you didn't have all the information needed. But you saw that they were capable of doing fuckery. You then chose to be like, for whatever reason, whether it be lack of information.
So
fucking
you're
with them,
calling out
whatever,
all
to just be
fuckery
like,
you
hey,
see because you see it.
Listen, the faster we get to a point where we know what we're about as each other, the easier this situation will get. Because then I can be like, oh, okay, cool. Like, thanks for telling me that.
There's levels to it because like I'm gonna use the example that he used of like talking down at people. She could be on her period. She could be. It's like let's say they've been dating for 3 months, and in those 3 months he has never seen her do that. And out of the
Mhm.
blue, out of nowhere, she has this one behavior that comes up. And it's like, oh, well, that's new. I've never seen her do that before in the 3 months we've been together. I don't see it as a red flag because it's never happened before. He doesn't see it as fuckery in the beginning. But then it becomes a constant cycle where it's like it starts to be more present and people start exposing themselves more and more when they become super comfortable. And then you start seeing their true colors or like how they really are. And then the intensity of that and seeing that constantly is what becomes a red flag. And that's what becomes the hey, I don't really like this, it makes me uncomfortable, which might prompt you to say, hey, like, why do you have to talk down like that to that person? Like, why'd you say it like this? And then if it starts to become bigger red flags like being dismissive or being very narcissistic, egotistical, then it just becomes like, all right, like I can't. This is
So,
can't
yeah,
deal with it.
I agree.
Much like the
Um,
show that y'all were just talking about, the thing was always in the background the whole time. It just is up to you to finally put your eyes to it or stop overlooking it for whatever
so like
reason you're
some things
overlooking it.
don't.
But it's
So,
there.
it's like some like as look in when you're in a relationship, not everything is a red flag at first, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not even like
So
a
give me
hint of a
that's
red
what I'm saying.
flag.
Give me
It
some things that
grows
y'all
into one
experienced.
that you're like, wow, I learned this about myself that I don't fucking ride with this. And
Yeah,
then like your boys had pointed this out before, but because you're like, it's whatever. But then you learn that you actually don't ride with that. It's a problem. But if you listen to your boys, you would at least would have known it was there.
Right.
yeah. Or I'll use a personal example from like
There we
a
go.
relationship I had dealt with.
I'm gonna grab a
And
drink. I'll be
Delmar
right back.
Delmar knows this story. Um, Basically, like the guy that I was talking to, everything was fine. He was very affectionate, totally chill. But one day, I don't know what it was, but he like turned to me and he said, hey, I like your touch, but you touch too much. And at first, it felt hurtful because my main love language is mine is physical touch. Like, that's just a love language of mine. And that's something that I thought we communicated. So I was like, okay, like being a psych major, it's like people have their own boundaries. And it's like, I could see how if he's not used to my touch based on or the intensity of how I touch him or like show affection, if he's not used to that because he's never experienced that in previous relationships, it's like, okay, that's just his boundary. He's speaking about his boundary. Okay, like that's cool, whatever. But as time progressed, I started to see behaviors where it had nothing really to do with my touch. It was the fact that he was talking to another person. I didn't realize this until the no touching thing became a more prevalent prevalent like red flag, or it became a red flag to me because it wasn't in the beginning. And then I started seeing more and more of it actually being personal. So like we were in bed one time and I thought we were gonna like go to bed. We usually cuddle. Like there's a routine. Like when you're in a relationship, you can tell patterns of behavior of
That's
that
how
person.
everybody's acting when you're in a relationship. Like, duh, no. But like,
Yeah, it's like, but what ended up happening was the fact that I thought we were gonna cuddle, and he turned the other way and was like cuddling the fuck out of his pillow, like as if it was a person. And I brought it up to him. I was like, and I saw how he allowed other girls to touch him way more than I would, and they would be friends or they'd be like random ass women. And I brought it up to him. I said, I'm not comfortable with this because you said this to me, but now you're contradicting yourself and you're allowing other people to do it. And it became like a non-negotiable for me that I cannot be with someone that their main love language or their love language is not physical touch, because it's like for me it's just a boundary. Like he crossed a boundary and it became an even more like thing for me where I'm not comfortable with it. And it turned out he was cheating on me anyway. So it's like, and that's actually one of the main things that you start seeing when someone starts cheating is they don't really want to either be around you or like touch you or like really like be super affectionate, because it's like they'd rather take all that energy to the other person. So it's just, that's just my personal experience. Everyone has their own, but that's something that I dealt
Mine's
with.
is also the same type of situation where I'm like, all right, cool. Like I'm very big on like us having a conversation about like what are your things before we get into a relationship. Like obviously some weird things will come up. Like if I do something different that we didn't talk about and you have a reaction to that, that's totally understandable. But at the start, like you said, if physical touch is your thing and you let them know physical touch is your thing and then they realize that I'm not really into this much of physical touch or whatever it is, that's a huge red flag. At that point, everything else is now a problem because I'm realizing that the thing that I need for us to be okay in this situation is not being met.
Yeah.
For whatever reason that you have it, whether you're not comfortable with it, even if you're not comfortable with it, that doesn't make me feel better because I'm still now uncomfortable. Now we're both uncomfortable. But like you said, you saw that he was doing that. You was like, all right, cool. I understand. Now we got to go forward with it. But the red flag was right in front of your face the moment that he was just like, this thing, I don't really like it. But this is something that I like or something that we became accustomed to and you're not doing it. You see what I'm saying?
It's
like
just,
red flags are there. You see where the bullshit is happening.
The red flags were there. I just feel like when people present the red flags, they really don't like. We can say it was a red flag because I'm not in it anymore. Y'all, we're not there. Y'all, no, none of us are in the situation.
Hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah.
When you're in the pot, you don't see all the potatoes around you.
You're
I don't
just
know where
there.
I don't know where that analogy came from.
For me, it's like
I'm rocking with it.
And for me, it's like even like I guess I brought in a lot of things of just like my own major into it because it's like, okay, I'm a psych major. Like, all right, like this is he's vocalizing something he's just not comfortable with, and he was saying the intensity of how much I'm doing it. He doesn't, and in my head I was like, he's not saying he doesn't like it because he was trying to tiptoe around it. I can say that now from like now being the outsider looking back into the situation. But it's like, okay, he just doesn't like the frequency or the intensity, so I just will not. Like for me, it wasn't a big deal, but it started to become one because it was more like, okay, now you're really being personal with it. Like now it's like I don't even want you to be around me type of thing. Like I don't even want to, like, like it was like I told him like in this long message, I was like, you're treating me like an untouchable, which is like. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand it.
Hey, real quick, Miles, remember when we first started doing this show and I would say things like, hey, man, these are my list of things that I need at the beginning of a relationship, and everybody
you mean the thing we talked about for 3 weeks?
No, we don't have to bring it up. We don't have to bring it up. I'm just saying, there'll be examples like this, and then everybody be like, oh, that's understandable. We get it. And then I say it, and I'm villain of the week for 3 weeks straight. I just want to put that out there. Again, everybody, you know what you like. You know what you need. Say that from the beginning. And if the person that you were trying to do this with doesn't match that energy, leave them. Fuck it. It's 20 other things you could be doing and 20 other people that are matching your energy. That's all.
I am that
That's
person
all
now.
I'm saying.
Like if it's something that they can't like imagine themselves compromising on or trying to work with, like I just can't do it. But
you want to read the comment out loud?
I don't have time for nonsense. Like that's literally how I feel. Like okay,
Ooh, say it again, Queen.
Like you're not going to communicate. Like one example is that I'm a big person when it comes to communication. Granted that aside from the fact that I myself can take accountability, that I'm not always the best communicator, I will still communicate even if I am at my worst. Like I will say, hey, I'm not feeling it right now. Like, can I talk to you tomorrow? Like I can vocalize stuff like that. So when I'm talking to guys, if they cannot have the capability to call, text, send a fucking pigeon carrier, like I'm just saying, hey, I cannot go on a date, or hey, like I just don't want to talk right now. I can't be with you.
Hold tight. If a man really sent you a pigeon carrier to your window saying, hey, I'm not going to be able to make the date tonight, are you taking that?
I'll be like, thank you for letting me know.
Damn,
I am trying right now to find a pigeon carrier so I can write a girl a letter.
Send me that shit, bro. I'm with it.
I want a pigeon carrier, a girl a letter, and just be.
If I continue with dirty
Hey,
sky rat saying I don't want to come outside, I'm doing that. Like that's how I do business now.
Did
That's
you
how I
not
live
get my
life.
letter on Tuesday? I sent it Thursday.
I see you're not
like,
itching, so I'm guessing the pigeon didn't come.
I just need. I'm telling you, communication's a big thing. So if I don't have that, like if I don't have that quality communication, I can't be with them. Like
I
no, we
100%
can't have a
agree with you.
conversation. Like,
I love.
and I think there was this one time where I was talking to this guy. Now it's just starting to turn into like Queen's random ass stories, but
Hey, we
unsolicited.
did say we telling stories.
Let the show
today.
flow where it goes. Wherever we end up, we end up.
Basically, I was talking to this guy, and the reason why he stopped talking to me is because he said that he feels like the amount of effort I put into saying good morning is not the same amount of effort that he can put. And I was like, bro, I don't care. You're just saying good morning. Like, if you're comfortable saying good morning by saying, hey, good morning, have a good day. If that's your good morning, okay, you communicated good morning. I'm just someone that talks a lot.
Don't do
I'm
that.
sorry.
Nah,
like,
he saw the
damn.
setup. No, he saw the setup. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of that man. I don't know who that man is, but I hope he's doing well in life. And let me tell you
Wait,
why.
time out. I need to know why. I mean, Chris already
What?
said he was gay. What kind of bullshit is that?
Because you want to know? No, seriously, bro. Remember when we was having that conversation, and I was just like, dude, like I'm not where I need to be at to talk to certain women that I want to talk to. Like some of them with kids or situations like that. But real shit, it's not because I'm against you having kids. It's just the amount of effort I have to put into you is now greater than the amount of effort I feel like putting out. And this isn't going to work that way because it's either going to force me to work harder than I feel like working harder in the situation, or it's going to force me to be somebody I'm fucking not going to be able to be for an extended amount of time. Let's just save us both. He did exactly what you wanted him to do. He let you know, hey, bro,
no, he didn't.
listen,
You wanna know why?
your
Because
relationship price is too high, ma'am, and I don't have the emotional funds to cash these bills. All right, I can't do it. I gotta get out of town. That's a smart man. I hope you have a good breakfast tomorrow morning.
No, this is like I would text it. I'm reciprocating. I'm someone I will reciprocate what you reciprocate. So if you're doing a sentence, I'm gonna do a sentence. If you're doing two sentences, I'm doing two sentences. Like that's
not what you want though.
Yes, it.
No,
You don't
but
want one sentence. You don't want one sentence text.
I didn't care. He still said good morning. I didn't care.
You say that now until it's week 3 and you out here being like, I hope the moon is what kisses you awake in the morning. And he just saying like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No,
eat your muffins. Like, you don't want that reply. You don't want him telling you eat your muffins.
No, but it was like, but he started.
It's like a Delmar dying.
He
Everyone
said,
pray for Delmar.
hey, good morning, babe. I hope the moon kisses you at night. What?
You know what I'm saying? She out here sending this man some shit that really gonna touch his soul and shit, man.
Let me give you an example. No.
Just like, yo,
Yeah.
make sure there's gas in your car.
You are a whole ass nigga. You are a whole ass nigga. God damn.
I literally said to him, I was like, because he said that he wasn't having a good day prior. So I said, hey, good morning. I hope that you have a better day today. Stay positive. You got this. That's literally.
Oh my god.
And then he was like,
oh my god.
And he was like, thank you. Good morning. I hope you have a good day too. Like, I was like, okay, like I'm satisfied. I'm great. I'm gonna go to work. Yeah, I'm gonna go have a good fucking day.
You know what you gave him? You gave him a full breakfast and he gave you cereal. You feel me? And cereal's cool now. Like, you like cereal now, but you gonna keep giving you Captain Crunch every morning. You gonna be like, nigga, where are my eggs? Where are my hash browns? Like, he wasn't. That's what I'm telling you.
I don't want eggs, okay? I'm not a breakfast person anyway.
So
you a lie. You all those good mornings. You talk about you don't eat breakfast. What you fueling those good morning texts with? Let's know. Get out of here. I ain't hearing
look. So you're mad, Jarrell? Are you mad that this man didn't want to give?
I'm proud of this man. He did exactly what she said. Don't waste my time. Make sure you about what I'm about, and then we can get up out of here. I hope he has a great day. Queen. And also, he stopped wasting your time too, Queen.
Oh, I had to
you know what?
Out of him.
All right, you know what?
I hate doing. I hate prying information out of men. Like, be a fucking dude and fucking say it.
You're talking about the same dude, right?
Yes.
You had to
Look.
pry him telling you that it was too much to be with you.
Yes.
You had to pry that out of him.
Yes. It's the story.
Because he
of
was
my
gonna try.
fucking
He
life.
was just gonna stop replying to text messages and be
Yeah,
on
he-
out of here.
No,
You
no.
fucked
This
his
is
whole game
guys
plan.
are
up.
stupid. No offense.
Guys,
Guys are
Oh no,
dumb.
there's just 3 of us
Hey.
here. None of us will take offense.
Wait,
We'll all just
stupid
accept
Like
too.
that.
literally, what the guys that I have dealt with, they will not
Here
even.
we go.
They will try to maintain it and think that, and then call me crazy for calling it out. Like if
Yeah.
they used to write a paragraph and then just like, hey, and I'm like, your change in communication has happened. Like, is everything good? And they're just like, why are you thinking something's wrong? Like, you're fucking crazy. Like, and then block me. And I'm like, I just asked you if you're okay. Like,
I'm not
Well, it
blaming
sounds
you.
like it honestly
I'm not
sounds like
blaming
you
you.
messing with
Oh, go
some
ahead,
beta ass dudes.
I'm aware of that. That's why I stopped dating. Okay, I stopped dating.
The dude who emotionally communicated that it was just he was too.
I
she was
mean,
too rich for his blood is
She had to
emotionally
pry
beta.
it out of him.
Had a
But
pride
You
at it.
because he had
okay.
a game plan of never saying he was just
No,
gonna text back
this
no
is-
more.
All right, look.
He was gonna be out
No,
of here.
fuck the game plan. All right, so
No,
I'm
I
just
agree
I'm
with that
saying
was
this
weak
right
move,
now.
but-
I'm saying this right now. I agree with both sides of this situation. And trying to pry information out of people just for them to like, oh no, it's happening again, ain't it?
Damn it, Miles.
Let me come back.
I apologize.
There
It
we
takes
go.
a lot on my internet to stream this, and I'm streaming at too high of a kilobytes. That's technical talk. I apologize, but back to the mix. Queen, I get your point. Oh man, her camera froze again. God damn it.
What? I'm right here.
She's still here.
So
I'm
for
sorry.
me,
I just sometimes
no.
look. Oh.
No,
Yeah,
for
you're
me,
fine. It's
if
just him.
yeah, it's just me. It's my issue. Something's wrong with my shit. Jarrell, I get your point too, in the sense that
Wait, hold
he
up.
did.
Are we back on live?
Oh, did we ever drop live?
Yeah, we dropped for a second. Hold on, let me check.
We should.
Unless I'm bugging.
we are not
Hey,
live.
guys, I need water.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
can
go
get
ahead.
water. Oh no. So for me,
Delmar, you got quiet, bro.
Delmar was laughing his
Dylan.
ass off at this other
Uh,
time. Like me
I
and him were
was.
just rolling at your
This
shit.
nigga said, "Let the moonlight kiss you." You a whole ass nigga. That's some future shit right there.
Oh shit! I didn't see Jenny. Hi, Jenny.
Jenny
how
from-
are you?
Don't be full butter blocks that I got. I'm still
Water.
Jenny
I got
from the
water,
block. Used to have a
Used to
little, but I have a lot.
lot.
Hey, Jenny. Was that that?
Why
Jenny.
do you always do this, bro?
I love you, Jenny.
You guys will stop making fun of Jenny. Jenny.
But Forrest. No, Jenny. I love you, Jenny.
Oh my
All right, I'm
god.
done.
I apologize,
sorry.
Jenny. Don't listen to these fools. They are fools.
Oh, we're back. That was all live. All right,
Yeah,
bet.
this was
We're
all
here.
live. I told you I didn't really drop live.
Oh, my shit dropped. It said we was out, but all right, we're back.
I don't know. Like, for some reason, I just get spikes in network every time again. There's too many Jenny jokes. They really are.
All right, so what was I to say? Go
Is
ahead, Mom.
Queen
You said
back?
that these men were beta.
Yeah, she's eating watermelon.
Yeah, all right. I don't know what's wrong with my thing. I don't see it, but it's fine. I mean, it's
Just
not
became
fun,
an
but it's fine.
ASMR situation.
Here, I have an idea. If I disable video and then re-enable video, does that work for me? Basically, I was just saying that I agree with both of you because, like,
Yeah.
he did what he was supposed to do. He communicated, like, "Hey, I can't give you the same energy you give back, and you deserve the same
No
energy.
price.
If you're putting in that
It's
shit
high.
that you said, and he's just texting back, thanks, you two. Time to move on. He ain't got that energy you need, and you were going
I
to
get you.
accept that energy." Because of back when we were talking about, you didn't see it as a red flag, but it would have grew into a flag that you were just
Oh,
sending
for
these
sure.
like thoughtful things, and he's just
true.
talking about like, man, I ain't doing none much. chilling.
Yeah, I will say the last guy I talked to, everything was totally fine. And then, like, it's good until it's not. And he did something where he called me, and I could tell he was sad, but he was claiming that was because he found out his friend, who he tried to dance around. Like, I love it when guys are like, yeah, it's just a friend. It's so annoying because I'm like, just say it's a girl. Like, because when it's a guy, they say the guy's name, but if it's a girl, they just say friend.
It's just my friend.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So he was like, yeah, my friend's mom has cancer, and I'm just really, like, bummed out about it. And I'm like, cancer's serious. I get that. But why are you sad as if you're going through a breakup? Like, it was so fucking weird to me. And I was like, I'm going to keep that in mind.
Yeah, I love the fact that he was like, yo, somebody is sick. You like, yeah, but why are you bothered by it? I don't really, it's not really that nut right here. Like,
it was weird because, like, yeah, I just really can't talk right now. Like, I'm like, it's not your mom. Like, it's sad. Like, I get it, if you're close to her or whatever, but like, it was just, what's the problem? So he ended up, I told him, I said, hey, are we good for Saturday? He's like, yeah, of course, like, da-da-da. But in my heart, I was like, he's not gonna show up. I just know it. So he stood me up. And then the next day, I was thinking, I gave him this much of the benefit of the doubt, because I'm like, anything could have happened.
Do you guys want me to
Listen
try
to the story.
and
Listen
get
to the story. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt until 1 p.m. I gave him a time frame. I was like, you have, like, in my head, I'm like, you have until 1 p.m. to at least say, hey, I'm sorry, I couldn't make, whatever. Like, whatever. Still not going to accept it, but still, it's there. You had that window. Never say anything, so I texted him. I said, you are a fucking coward. You could have just said that you did not want to go on this date. If you could just vocalize and say that you didn't want to do something, that's all you had to do instead of standing me up.
Let a nigga try to tell a girl that ghosts him, you are a fucking coward.
Yeah. No, if a guy ever says anything to a girl that ghosts him, he's getting blasted by everyone. Like,
it's getting screenshotted.
You getting screenshotted, shared to the internet. Why didn't you get the hint, dog?
Actually,
you should have took the hint.
What you did was fucking cowardly. That's what I told him. I said, you could have just communicated they didn't want to go. If something is going on, you need to communicate that. You need to vocalize that.
She really
and then he was like, then he literally was like, tried to be dismissive about it. And he was like, oh, I can't give you like what you're expecting and da-da-da. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm asking for communication. Like, I'm not asking you to buy me a Louis Vuitton bag, asshole. Like, so we were
that's the same amount of emotional money. Like, it's the same amount.
Is it
emotional? A Louis Vuitton bag versus doing something emotionally that you're not equipped to do?
All right, so
no, it's that he kept, but he was saying it in a way where he was like, "I'm going through things," and then I was like,
when
okay.
he was the victim.
Yeah, he tried to play off like the victim.
That's true.
So
like, I don't know. Sorry.
So he was like, "Oh, I can't." No, you're good. He was like, "I'm going through things," and then I said, "I don't know you're going through things. Like, I'm not living with you. I don't know what you're going through unless you tell me that you're going through something. That's what communication's about." And then he blocked me.
Jarrell, I need you to stop.
Real quick. Stop what? What do you mean stop?
I need you to stop trying to support or like get the backs of these like in Juice's words, these sucker niggas, because like
hold on. What am I pointing out good things they did versus saying they're good overall? I've also said that I don't agree with him not openly telling her at the same time. He should have said the right thing. But also, somebody going, you know what? This is too much for me. I'm just gonna leave.
I feel like there's ways to say that in a better way without victimizing, without acting like the victim. Like
that is bullshit. But also, if you want to leave somebody, I don't really think you should have to like say too much. If you just don't want to talk no more,
I can't agree. I can't agree with that statement. You're an adult.
Really?
You're an adult. Fucking
that means you have the mindset to be like, I'm not really feeling today. I'm a jet. I'm just not gonna be a part of that. You should now whatever
Communication, man.
consequences come through that you have to deal with. But I think at any time that an adult or person, period, that you don't want to be in a situation anymore, you should just be like, man, fuck it, I'm leaving.
Well,
Y'all think y'all should say the goodbyes and everything like that if you don't want to?
I mean, so like you're basically saying that you're all right with ghosting, is what I'm hearing. And I can never say that I'm cool with ghosting because when you bring someone else into your life, you're also like you have to take that kind of responsibility. You be an adult and be like, "Hey, yo, I'm not feeling this," and bow out gracefully, not just fucking shit in the room and dip out.
Who's that for?
Who is that for? It's for you.
If you're ready to leave, what do you mean for me? I don't need to say goodbye to everybody before I go. That's what I'm saying. Who are you doing this for? The other person involved? If you're doing it to appease them, that's cool. But when I don't feel like dealing with a situation, I just leave, bro. I'm going. There's nothing else we need to talk to. There's nothing else we need to talk about. I don't want to be here anymore. I will never be on your side with this one. Ghosting is also the shittiest thing you can do.
Be an adult and be like, hey, I'm not feeling it. That's all it.
Yeah, you don't have to explain. You don't have to explain yourself. You just have to at least put that out there.
What's gonna happen after you tell somebody, you know what? I think I'm gonna go outside. Like I'm out of here. The first thing out of their mouth is why.
You're acting
and then if you
like,
say I don't want to talk about it, they're gonna be like, "Well, you're being childish."
You're acting like you're at a party and just leaving. You're acting like you're at a party and just leaving.
That's what life is, man. It's a party that you can just.
I feel like I'm just. I just feel like I'm too nice. I'm someone where if I'm really not feeling it, even like if a guy comes up to me and says, "Hey, I want to take you out," Delmar knows this. I literally tell them like, "Hey, that's very sweet of you. I appreciate that. However, I am not interested in you in that way, or I do not find you attractive."
That's real. Jesus.
And I do not want to waste your time. I'd rather us be friends, and that's just how it's gonna be. And I would rather be honest, even if someone I'm not feeling, like let's say we're dating or whatever, and I'm just not feeling it. I'm going to tell them why, just because I know what it feels like to be put in the position where someone leaves you abruptly, and then you start going to a cycle of thinking what you did wrong, when in reality it just could have been that y'all are.
Why are you blaming yourself? It's not. They left you. Like that's them. They gotta figure that out.
That's just how. I don't know. I just think about. I don't want to cause anybody like excess trauma of like them having lack of motivation, or like they could. I think of it like this. Like you could end up, I could hurt you in some type of way, ghosting or whatever, and then the right person comes into your life and you're too busy thinking about how I hurt you that you will not give another person a chance that's willing to give you what you deserve. Like, I just don't want to be.
That's the most selfish shit I've ever heard. That is amazing. I love it. I fucked you up so good that a blessing came in your life, but you so tore up about how I left you, you can't even accept it. I love it. Tell me more, Quinn. Oh, I love this.
All right, so first off, Jarrell, calm down.
Oh, look, man.
That's not amazing?
Yeah, it is. It's. I love that energy. But at the same time, I think Queen is so much more pure than us. But, like, she is worried about other people.
That giggle was.
Did she know what she was doing? She knew what it was.
Look,
I know ego,
but at the same time, like, I don't understand how you are just fine with people just dipping out without. You don't even have to explain them, but stop treating it like it's just someone came in your house and didn't want it to leave. Nah, this is fucking emotional attachments.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me you telling me you can be with a person for a year, and then they just fucking disappear. Don't take shit to you, just disappear. And you're fine. Mm-hmm. You're just going to wake up the next morning and be like, oh, I wonder where she is. Oh, well. And then keep it pushing.
Let me tell you, Jarrell's...
You're not going to text her? You're not going to be like, hey, what's up? Where you at? You ain't going to treat it...
Let me tell you, I got a whole... There's fail-safes for all of this. First of all, let's just say I'm interested in a girl, right? I invite her out. She says she can't make the first one. I invite her out again. She can't make the second one. Automatically off the roster. You're out of here. You're gone. If you have 2, if I ask you to go somewhere with me twice and you say no both times, that's everything I need to know about you. Because you either maybe one of the times you might have been busy. The first time you genuinely might have been fucking busy, but
Nigga
the
said
second
face.
time you didn't give a fuck. Yeah, exactly. We ain't got time for I ain't got time for the fuckery at all.
Oh,
Second of
man.
all,
Jarrell
let's
does
just say
not
we
play
are in a
around.
situation. Let's say we are in a situation, and this is either I can even tell you this with friends, genuine people who I've grown up with and genuinely love and like have love for, and we fell off, and they decided that talking to me wasn't what they needed to do in their life. You get the one, hey, do you want to talk about it text, or do you want to talk about it phone call?
No.
If I got nothing else from that, you gotta get the. I'm cool. We out. Hey, you ain't gotta say shit to me. I wish you the best. The time that we had together was wonderful. I thank you for what you contributed to my life, and God bless you. Why do
Sounds
I
like a
care?
broad
You didn't want to
resignation.
be here, bro. You didn't want to be around what I was providing, and that's your
Jarrell,
decision. And I fuck
you
with that.
are the pinnacle of man. You really are.
I wouldn't say that.
Queen,
But-
what's your favorite fruit?
Mine personally.
I say queen.
Oh, you said queen. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's honeydew.
that's your favorite fruit.
That's your
Mhm.
favorite.
Okay, that wasn't for me. That was somebody in my DMs asking questions about you. So
Oh yes, I love
Somebody
honeydew.
in the
I also love mangoes.
DMs.
I love mangoes and I love all melons, like watermelon and all that. Starfruit is really good, but honeydew is like top tier. Oh, and blackberries. Blackberries.
Juice, you right. I'm with you, Juice.
Juices. Yes. I'm gonna read Nikisha's. I always say her full
Hey.
name. But if I'm going through something personal, I'm not going to think of this man. I only text for 2 weeks. I'm handling business. If I ghost them, oh well. I will explain myself if I know them longer, like we are dating or friends. But I just don't get. I'd never.
You think
get
everybody
ghosted.
deserves an explanation?
it's not
No, but
explanation,
not.
it's just the
it's
fact
not-
that don't ghost. Just be like, hey,
yeah,
I'm
you
not
don't
feeling
have to.
it.
You don't
You-
have
you
to
can-
ghost
you can,
2
you
weeks.
can give an explanation if you want to. You don't have
Yeah.
to, but just to know the fact that hey, I'm not
Look,
feeling it. Don't
Just be like,
So
hey,
even if
I'm,
somebody
hey, I'm
goes-
out. Bye. Boom.
That's
Hey,
what-
I'm
you,
not
you
feeling.
still wouldn't feel the
Leave it on
same vision of.
decent
You
terms.
feel like that's the definition of not being ghosted if they give you that same energy of being like,
Yes.
bye, and
Well-
then don't tell you why or anything.
If they tell me-
that's what I'm saying. That closure is for you, not for them, brother. They ready
No,
to
but here's the
go.
thing though. Closure is a scam, right? Accept it and let it go. But it's just the fact that you're a big enough person, you're an adult, just to be like, hey, I'm not feeling it. Peace. Don't just quit all
I
constant
feel-
contact.
Have you ever been ghosted, dog?
I agree, both of you. Me personally,
Yeah.
yes.
And you're just fine with it. I've never felt fine with being ghosted.
Never.
Every
Why
time
do
I've been
I
ghosted.
care what somebody who doesn't want to fuck with me feels like? What the
Because
shit? Miles,
it's not-
I've been friends with you for almost 10 whole years now, bro. 10
Look,
whole years.
Look,
I've been
this
like,
is-
I have other people in my life who I fuck with.
This is how I feel. It's not that they didn't fuck with me. Or it's not even that they didn't fuck with me. If you don't fuck with me, you don't fuck with me. Keep it pushing. My part is that you can't sat here and wasted my time.
Why do you feel
That's
like
the
time was
part.
wasted?
I hate my time
why,
being
why
wasted.
y'all feel like time was wasted? Why do y'all feel like time was wasted?
Because I could have been
There we
doing
go.
shit with anyone else. Because
Yep.
I'm not out
Well,
here
why do you feel like that
playing
time was
games.
wasted?
I'm not playing
Were you
games.
enjoying
I'm
it?
out
I
here
feel like
doing for real shit.
People drag things on because they're trying to like breadcrumb you out of their life and just be like, okay, bye. Like I hate that. Like just say it. If as soon as you feel like we're not going to be compatible, just say it. Like just say, hey, I don't think we're compatible. I
'Cause-
wish you the best. I'd rather us be friends.
What if
or
they
we go
giving
our
you?
separate ways.
What if they giving you the 1 o'clock timeline that you gave him? What if they being like, all right, you got to the 15th?
You don't
of
say it
October
out loud.
to get
You don't
this shit
say
right.
that timeline.
Why not?
I've
Like,
been
hold on,
ghosted
but
and I've
even
been
then,
fine.
let's just say
Look,
they put
I've
that
been
mental
ghosted and
timeline
I'm
out
fine
there
now.
just like she did.
But
Yeah,
I
I'm
know
fine
we're
now.
not to.
Wait, real
I
quick,
don't-
What if they? All right, go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just reading the comments said I've been ghosted. I'm fine, and I'm like I've been ghosted as I've said, and I'm fine now. I'm fine. Like I was fine right after. It's just why you're gonna continue treating
Weird.
somebody like why do you continue doing shitty shit just because it happened to you? You don't fucking continue that shit. Just stop being a shitty person and be a good person. Just because someone else was shitty doesn't mean you continue the shittiness.
That's fair. I
So
agree
just
with that.
because you've been ghosted doesn't mean you should ghost other people. Be the fucking bigger person. Grow the fuck up.
Do you feel like that should be one of the things that you talk about as soon as you start trying to deal with a person on a different level?
No? Why?
No, but you got, like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
It
if
is
you
the
ghost
first
me,
thing
I'm
I
not
mentioned. It is
Huh?
the first thing I mentioned. Like, it goes along with the communication thing. Like, I tell a guy straight up, like, I value communication, and as soon as you feel like things are not going to go well, I need you to communicate that, and I should not have to pry it out of you. You should be man
All right,
enough
that's
to
fair.
pry it.
Yeah, that is true. I want
'Cause
communication.
I end up having to pry it out of them, and that's something I absolutely hate. Like, it's so
Why
annoying
you
because
doing all that
it makes me personally feel like I'm the
Because if
clingy
you're
one,
trying-
or they try victimizing, like, or trying to be like the victim in the situation.
I have an idea.
Real quick.
I think I can answer the question for her, but not really for her, just for my personal experience. I'm gonna put it that way. The prying is you feel something off, so because you are trying to make it work, you're going to try and make it work. So you're going to try to like work this little kink out. You have to talk about it. You have to get them to talk about it. But then either they're going to not talk about it or bring it up. But at that point, it's just like, goddamn, this was a lot of fucking work. Trying to talk to you shouldn't be this hard.
Yeah.
Why are you prying anything? If somebody don't want to tell
No,
you
it's
something, you feel you're working too
it's
hard
not.
to
It's
get
not even
those
like
answers?
that. It's more like it becomes like it's prying. At first, it's like a genuine like, "Hey, are you good? Is everything okay?" And they're like, "Yeah, everything's fine." But the behavior becomes more and more intensified. Like, it's really obvious that something is obviously not okay, and it's not until the very end where it's not fixable that they're just like, "Yeah, I just don't like you, and I actually wanted to try and break up with you a week ago."
So real quick,
It's like,
why give them the more? You feel like after you go, hey, I'm witnessing change behavior. I don't like change behavior. Are we good? And then they go yes, and then change behavior is now the normal, and you're like, I don't really like it here. At that point, your answer was already made for you. So why not buck the fuck out? Like, just be like, all right, I've already tried to talk to you about this. Obviously, you didn't want to open up about it. I'm obviously not happy. So I'm going to take the mature situation and I'm going to leave.
don't do
Look
that.
at your face. Why not do that though? Like, what is your face? Why not do
Don't
that?
Just don't ghost people. Just don't
think
ghost people.
I-
No,
I
it's
just-
not. Wait, chick.
I think personally, and this again, I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for other people. I get
Oh,
very
yeah.
emotionally invested right away. Like when someone, because I take things very seriously. I take whatever role I'm playing or whatever I'm in very seriously. So if I'm someone's girlfriend, it's not hard for me to be a girlfriend. Like, it's not this weird transition for some people where they're like, oh, like now I have to put in effort. I'm always putting in effort in everything I do. So
What if they're trying to transition you from girlfriend to ex-girlfriend? Why not take that same gusto and be like, I'm going to show you what
I
ex-girlfriends
do.
can
So this is where my boundaries come up. Like, I have a 3-strike rule, very similar to the like what you said about first time not being good, second time you're dipping. The first time, it's like, okay, like you're saying this, I'm gonna take what you say for face value because we're in a relationship, and I should have some level of trust in you, and you should be having some level of trust in me, that at some point from the time that you're telling me that everything's fine to when it's getting escalated, at some point you need to tell me the truth, because your behavior is just going to start like showing itself even more. The second time, I know I'm not wrong. Like, my intuition is there. And I'm going to tell you, like, this is what I'm seeing, and it bothers me. No, because the first time, it's kind of like the thing with what we were talking about earlier about being in a relationship. Like, you're so in it, you don't think about.
And
like,
also, humans aren't fucking static creatures. They're fluid as fuck, dog. They like change in a dime. They fucking like no one acts the same all the fucking time. So like them having an off day is them having an off day. That's just how I felt about that.
Was it is, off day is a strike though? Like that's what I'm saying. If you're at a point where you're
the
like,
first day is not a strike. To me, it's not a strike. Now, the intensity of whatever is happening, like on the second try, if we're really getting to the second try, it's like, all right, like what, like you can't sit here and tell me that I'm crazy for seeing that something is obviously wrong. If you don't, and this is why I say communication is important. If you could say to me, hey, something, like the first time, hey, something is going on, I'm not comfortable to talk about it right now. Like, okay, you communicated something that still you don't want to talk about it, but at least you told me that there is something up and I'm not crazy for it. And then trying to be the victim in the situation when I ask you a second time. So the second time comes around and say, hey, it's starting to show this behavior. I'm seeing it more and more. It's starting to really concern me. Like, is something wrong? Yes or no? And if they still pull this, yeah, everything is fine, blah, blah, blah. Literally the third time is I'm breaking up with you, or you're finally, or do I have to do something and it's going to get pried out of you? Because I'm just not, like, my little bullshit meter is like, like my bullshit meter is through the fucking roof.
It sounds
and it's at that point where it's like, okay, yeah, like something's wrong, and I can't be in this relationship because I'm talking to someone else. Well, why can't you fucking tell me that? Like, I would actually, like, and I've told Delmar this before, I would rather, if a guy was talking to another woman, he was trying to break up with me, I would rather him just be like, I'm not feeling you because I actually like another person. Like, I would rather you tell me that than be like, yeah, it's not you.
Maybe we'll see.
We'll see. Like, oh my god, I can't.
I
why
fell for
wait
that
till
shit.
it gets to that long, yo? You knew at strike one.
It's not, Mel, it's not even that long. Like, when I say 3 strikes, it's not like 1 month, 2 months. It's like a 3-day thing.
Oh,
like,
so he got
free game. Thank you. Let
So-
me prepare a speech for this voice message I'ma send.
I don't know, bro. That just seems like too much to me. Once I see that something is not cool, or I notice something, or if she notices something, like I said, I would be willing to fix it. If I'm at that point where I'm not willing to fix it or anything like that, then we got to have a conversation about if we gonna make it. And if we not, we not. If we care, we are. But that's 3 strikes in 3 days. That's a lot. You know, that's
I mean, I don't know. I'm different. To me, it's not a lot. What's a lot is if I have to start prying things out of people. Like, that's fucking...
But you laid 3 days of work down, so now you have to come up with something. You gotta be like, nah, I need some type of explanation for this shit. I can't just go.
Varies.
Jarrell,
I'm just going off of
you just
recent
don't put in
personal
the
experience.
I feel like Jarrell, like, he puts in the energy to make a relationship works, but as soon as there is fucking, like, crumbling in the foundation, he's just fucking
Not true.
Look, you either fix this or I'm gone.
It's not that I won't.
You don't have time for the bullshit.
There's nothing. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm at the point where I'm thinking, oh, this is bullshit, well, now we have a problem here. Because if it's just like, oh, she has an attitude today, it's whatever. Or, you know what I'm saying, she's having a bad week or whatever. Cool, those are just roll with the punches things. But if I'm like, yo, I haven't, like, been cool with you in, like, 3 days, we haven't talked, everything's kind of fucked up, like, what the fuck is really going on? And you hit me with the, nah, I'm all right, don't worry about it. Well, yeah, you're right, I'm not gonna worry about it no more, I'm out.
No, I think it's more like, it's more, I feel like for me, it's more than just like you haven't talked to me or you haven't like blah blah. I feel like it's a little bit more for me to get actually concerned about something to even ask in the first place, because I feel like you should know your partner enough to differentiate if they're having a bad week or if that's like because for me, for example, like I'm someone where if I'm really really upset or I'm just like in a very depressive state, I really do shut down and I don't know how to communicate that yet. And so I will say, hey, I just can't talk right now. And it'll be very vague, but I feel like if my partner were to pick up on certain behaviors of, like, let's say we've been dating for 4 months and within the 4 months, I've had 2 depressive stages, I feel like I would expect them to, like, Like there should be, and that just goes with the communication aspect of saying, hey, this is how I react in these situations. This is how I process this like information in this way. Because like me, I need, if I'm like having anxiety or something, it takes me a minute to understand and process my own emotions, let alone communicate that to another person. But if there's like actual behavior that's way out of line, it's like, that's interesting. That's
But
weird.
you at least put in that effort of, hey,
I don't see it as
I'm
effort.
off right now, or like, hey,
Oh.
I can't talk right now, or I don't want to do this right now. You at least put that effort in, and not just fucking decided not to talk to somebody and then get mad when they fucking try to talk to you.
Yeah, I don't know. But then again, I don't even see it as effort. That's just how I am. Some things are effort. Like other things are effort that other people are like, that's not effort. That's just whatever. Like,
Let's talk about them crates.
We
We
did.
already
You missed
talked
it,
about
Josh.
them.
We talked
We
in the
already
beginning.
talked. Yeah, we already talked about them. Somebody said, I'm sorry to bring this up last minute. We were talking about some serious thing, but I forgot that I never talked about this with the crates, and that was somebody said that when is Dallas going to put in a law about these crates? And I'm like, why are we continually making
Why are we
laws
doing
about
a law?
stupid people? Because somebody, like, people were actually getting, like, hurt, like, breaking their legs and arms and shit down here. And it's just like, why are
And?
we making laws for stupid people? If you want to let stupid people be stupid.
like the Tide Pod thing that was going around. Like, and they started locking them up. It's like, what the?
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah,
will
but
lock
why
up
do you
Tide
need a
Pods.
law?
Y'all
Say that.
will lock up Tide Pods, but you won't lock up pedophiles.
Yep.
I mean, we agree. I wasn't expecting
I
that.
just-
but,
I didn't expect that either. It just came fucking just.
I'm gonna-
She came in hot and it came hard. Like, it was. I like it
Like,
though.
oh, yeah. All right.
Oh,
That-
yeah,
that
yeah.
face, that white dude face.
Just yes. But it wasn't like
Shit.
she said. It's not like she said anything wild. It's so truthful. It's just so
that just caught me
truthful
off
that
guard.
it
I was like,
like
I agree. Yes, I agree with that. But all
I'm
right.
dead ass. Like, and bringing this all back, I just want to tie in like everything that we talked about. Like, even with like
even
how
Michael
we feel
Jackson.
about like different, like how Black people are really paving the way for so many of us to finally be recognized for the gifts that we have, because half of the things that have been created were created first by people of color, especially Black people. So it's like when it comes to these like laws or these things that are actually detrimental to a group of people, we are slower to react than to something that's stupid. And it's like, no, we got to fix this one problem, like the Tide Pod shit. It's like, okay, so you're so concerned about people eating Tide Pods and they're willingly doing it for some sort of recognition, but you will not make or instill some sort of law to protect people that are literally being murdered for doing nothing.
Right.
Like,
And they won't
it's
let
just-
us in Lord of the Rings. It's just we can't win.
Oh my god.
You know, like Queen had this perfect fucking like. I loved
with her.
everything she was saying, and then you just had to come and ruin it. I
I
agree
I
with your
ruined it.
statement.
I'm just
I agree
saying,
with your
man.
statement, but it's not the same level.
That's 18 hours of movie and not
It's
one
not-
Black person. Like, what
It's
are we
not
doing
the
here?
same level, dog.
Niggas,
just saying.
the orcs were black. So
That's
we
not
just
how that
all
works,
make
my
our
nigga. You can't
own
just put black traits
order.
on the subjugated people and be like, but they're the niggas. No, that's not us. I don't
You
count
have a
as us.
watermelon, dog?
Yes.
Oh, I'm jealous.
I just had some grapes before we started the show.
Look, man,
That's
had a cookie.
my fucking speech. Like,
Great
I
speech.
want to support. I just now that's one thing. Kind of like dabbling back into the whole like Black business thing. The one thing that pisses me off about that wave is the fact that people are hopping on the wave when they really know nothing about Black suffrage. Like white people or like other people, or even a lot of people within the Black community are like, yeah, I buy from Black businesses, I support. I'm like, do you really though?
She
Do
brought
you
the
actually
claps out.
support Black businesses the way that they're supposed to be supported? Because if we want to also talk about, I feel like let's not sugarcoat history, okay?
Juice,
You
take it
know,
back
everyone
about
wants to talk
20%,
about-
dog.
how like black people are doing these amazing things, and that's cool. But you just really don't want to get into the nitty gritty of all the things that not only is happening to this day, but happened prior. And it's like, you really know nothing at the end of the day. Like, and that's something that was making me really upset during the Black Lives Matter movement, was that so many people were posing this black fucking square and was like, yeah, I support black people. I was like, first and foremost, tell me one thing aside from Harriet fucking Tubman that you know about black suffrage. Tell me one thing that you know
It's a little
that's
gatekeeper.
actually going on. Are you really educating yourself on the problem that has stemmed not just, it's, and I tell people all the time, it's not just like
gatekeeper.
black people, it's dark people have always just been seen as the lowest of the low in every fucking culture. Black people, like people from, you know, Africa and everything that came over here were the ones that were at the highlight of history. And it's like, you don't recognize that this is an issue that it stems bigger than yourself. And you will not go out of your way to educate yourself on that. And it's like, I get so fucking heated. It just makes me so angry.
Real. I agree. I agree that we all should learn more about our history, even the deeper, darker bullshit of it. However, I don't think to realize that bullshit is bullshit, that I need you to understand the histories of everything behind the bullshit. It helps, but as long as you recognize that there's bullshit, and that's the main problem that we're having, is that people won't even recognize it. I feel like that's more than enough, and then actually helping us trying to change it. But I don't think you need to know. I don't think there's a minimum number of public black figures that you need to know before you can be like, hey, this is fucked up.
Well, for sure, I feel that, but I feel like the only reason why it's like that is just because our history books have never highlighted like so many different things that have contributed to put black people at the forefront of history itself. Like, it's just upsetting. A lot of things just upset me. Like, oh my god.
A lot of things just upset me. A lot of things Jarrell says upset me.
No, not things he said.
No, I'm just pointing that out there.
He's like,
I mean, when you live it wrong and somebody tells you the truth, a lot of people reject it. I understand. It happens. You know.
No, why?
That's why,
Jarrell. Why am I listening to someone else's opinion? It's a.
Hey, you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to. It's more than your. You're more than welcome to not listen. But that doesn't change me being right.
But
random black fact of the day. Did you know that there's this woman, her name is Ezra Greer. She was an emancipated slave, became the first black woman with a license to practice medicine in Georgia.
Amen.
Your random black fact of the day.
And that's how we're gonna end today's show, with a random black fact of the day.
Yes.
But we're gonna end today's show.
I had one in the chamber, but I put it away. I'm just letting you know.
No, shoot it.
I did that for
Shoot
you.
it.
Huh?
Shoot
No,
it.
I was gonna say who was huh?
I thought you said you had one in the chamber.
No, I do got one in the chamber, but I put the gun down. I just let it put it.
No,
Who was you about to shoot the gun at? That's what I wanted to know.
I was gonna ask her who was the first black actor in Lord of the Rings. Can you tell me that? But I put it away.
Legolas.
Legolas?
We ain't taking Orlando Bloom. We ain't taking Orlando Bloom. I don't keep that blue motherfucker.
We ain't taking that draft pick. But I want to thank our guest, Queen, for coming out. Delmar for coming out. I appreciate you coming out and singing for us and just participating as always.
Anything for the homies.
Anything for the homies except subscribing to the YouTube. I'm still not gonna be over that. It hurts me to my soul.
Do that, bro. Yeah.
It hurts me to my soul.
But I've been on your show like 15 times. All right,
and I appreciate all that. I appreciate
that. Yeah, we appreciate it. I love when you come through, man.
I love that you come through and support. And I love when you comment shit. I hate when you randomly call me during the podcast, but that's fine.
Nigga, I was dying. The fuck?
You wanted
So much
Takis.
fun. I love all of this stuff.
And did you give me Takis though? Yes or no?
Not the same night.
Hey, but you did though, didn't you? And you're a real homie for that. Appreciate you.
Damn.
Anyways, thank
It's a
you
love for me.
everyone that came out in chat, just showed love. Sorry, I suck at reading
Juice,
chat today, but I was trying to
Keith.
keep up.
Who else pulled up today? Dajanique, Juice, Keith. What's the name?
Where's this chat? I want to see the chat too.
I
The
can't look
chat,
at chat
we
right
have,
now. I can't move it.
we normally have chat on the thing. We have chat on Facebook and YouTube.
Our
because
YouTube
that's where
channel,
we stream.
because of Fergie, we're up to 50 subscribers. We need 50 more, you guys. So please and thank you.
Didn't
pull
you
up. Thank
read
you to
my
the 50
comment?
that did pull
I
up.
did
Thank
read
you
your
so much.
comment.
Who was
I
talking
did.
about?
Cass Hearn. Cass Hearn said the color black has been demonized overall in all cultures, and they said I didn't read their comment. I did. We were just talking about other stuff.
Yeah.
We agree. I don't think it was demonized in Japanese culture back in the day. It was a
Yes, it was.
like it was, but it was also. I don't.
It
wanna
was. It was. I'll tell you why. Actually, mainly because Asian cultures in general, same with Japanese, because people that were darker were perceived to be kind of similar of working in the fields and being of lower class, so they were treated a lot differently. I mean, in a lot of Asian cultures, especially places like India, have a caste system, and those that were darker were seen as untouchables.
Oh, it's Nix.
So.
Oh.
What up, Nix? He's
Hello,
in chat
hello.
talking. But anyways, we're still closing out for today. I want to thank everyone for being here. Come back, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share this video with your friends if they want to see this shit. I'm going to try and convince Jarrell that next week we talk about
Oh, I thought you were talking about the idea. Never mind.
yeah, no, I still want that idea. But I'm going to try to convince Jarrell that next week we talk about mental health in the black community and for black men in general.
Yes,
real
that's
quick. Don't stop the show. Hold on. Wait a minute. I've been trying to talk about this for 3 weeks now. We just never end up getting to it. Don't say convince Jarrell. No, Jarrell has been on board. He's been here the whole time.
Yeah, Queen,
Don't do that.
that's right down Queen's alley.
So we usually keep the show lighthearted and comedic for the most part. Not to say that our show is comedic. Our show is whatever we want it to be. It's just we usually try to keep it lighthearted and comedic. But I feel for that topic, it's a serious topic, and it deserves its spotlight.
A whole day. Yeah.
So there's a lot of people requesting that topic. Is also the thing. A lot of people want me to talk about that shit.
Right,
and to hear my opinion. And
everyone
also wants to be on that show, so that's a tough one.
right.
So yeah,
we'll figure out a way to do it.
We'll figure out a way to do it.
If not
thank
next
you
week,
all.
the week after. That way we can set it up the right way.
Yeah, that way we can have time. Maybe bring in multiple people. I don't know. We'll think about it and actually plan stuff out. But
if this sounds interesting to you, hit us up.
Yes. Thank you and good night.
Peace.
Say good night.